Hello, good evening.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Good evening and welcome to TaleChasers on Friday. I'm your host of today, Amber, who's eating ice cream. And these are my players who are popping in and out, so their character probably disappearing and reappearing at random at this point. And that is completely fine. I hope that you're... What the hell, Mark? Okay. I hope that you're all doing alright, and that it's a good evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever the hell you are right now, and whenever you are watching this. I'm going to slide straight into announcements. I have no idea of why Mark is continually popping in and leaving the chat, but like Zarius is just an ethereal entity at this point, and he's cast a blink spell on himself.
It's the tail. It keeps like blinking on and off, like like it's a shitty model that's like interacted with like the grass weirdly or something.
That is indeed what is happening here. So, tomorrow, I have no idea of whether there is going to be Calamica, and the only one who would know that is the person who continuously blinks in and out of this session every 6 seconds. So he can tell us now if there's going to be a Calamica tomorrow.
Hello,
Yes, Mark.
I'm back.
Hello.
I can hear things. Okay. There is Calamica tomorrow. Yes.
Alright.
There you go.
In that case, moving on. There will be Calamica tomorrow. Before that, there will be Long Rest D&D with Brandon tomorrow. And then next week, there will not be The City Below, which is our adventure which runs on yesterday, so, on Thursday evenings. But there will be one 2 weeks from now. The VOD of this week will be uploaded next Thursday to fill in that gap.
This is
Right.
correct.
I don't have any more household mentions, notices. As far as I'm concerned, I'm there next week, and you guys are there next week, so...
Yeah, as far as I know.
In that case, we can slide into a recap given to you today by Mark.
Funny. All right. I wanted to say the person and beasties, and no one knows what I'm with that reference at all here. So, All right. Last time we left off when we were leaving Blacklaw. We made it was a couple of hour trek to the outside. If I'm correct, right, Amber? It's a couple of hours. Where some of us finally saw light again for the first time in months. Not Vittorio or Azarius, but the rest, light shone upon them for once again in their life. Vincent was so happy that he was outside again that he started rolling around in the grass, eating dirt, not realizing that dirt is also in caves, so that's what he's probably seen for a long time. But he was happy, and no one was going to take that from him. Except, not everything was as it seemed, as Tokas, as he stepped outside, had a vision, or a memory, or a glimpse of something from either the future or present or past, where he saw a woman that he did not quite recognize at first. Market. He was going to be having a nice time with him, but as he approached and tried to recognize her, all hell broke loose. Chaos started emerging, fire, screaming, and more. However, Tokas did not say anything about this to the party, so we know nothing. Jon Snow. Zarius had a little feeling of his shadow, who was having a nice time. His shadow was saying like, "Hi, bitch, I'm still here." That was nice. But with that, we went into into Graffendam and then around Graffendam to get to Terabella, both to say hi to Delphine and to Terabella and to solve Tokus's problem. But we were asked for a password, or Vittoria was. There was no password. They were trying to prank us. But that didn't work out because Vittoria remembered that there was no password. We entered. We said hi to Delphine. We had a nice catch up with them. Vittoria was stressing about how to tell this poor girl that she could not take 4 wolves with her.
Oh, don't worry,
Okay.
we haven't talked about that yet.
He
Don't
did not
worry.
talk about that at
No,
all.
he did not. I said stressing.
Yeah.
Stressing. No, he's not talked about it.
He's only thinking about it.
Thinking about it.
We're gonna have to have a talk before.
Yeah. And while he was stressing, Tokas was having a meeting with Terabella to get his body fixed. If I remember correctly, he traded the purple worm poison for it to get this done. And the worst part I remember is as the eyes shriveled off, is that Terabella ate them like raisins.
Yeah, she popped one in her mouth and she went, tastes like hag.
Lawrence wanted to do something. I remember very vividly. Lawrence wanted to do something, but Toka said, "Hell no, no one is here. I wouldn't let anyone
Lawrence
come."
wanted to be in the room because
Yeah.
Terabella was going to cast heal, which is a pretty high level miracle. But
Toka said no.
I denied anyone entry in this room because
We weren't allowed to see.
exactly.
Which is a bit unfortunate because we all want to see this disgusting ritual very clearly, all of us.
I'm glad none of us saw it. Neither did I, because I was laying on my back. So
Disappointed.
Then we went to the. If I remember, was it here where Tokas identified the book, or was it later?
I identified the book during the long rest we had at Terabella's Grove.
Yeah, it was here. Okay, I remember that correctly. Tokas tried to identify his book that he's had ever since we met him. I think, yeah, ever since we met him.
Yeah.
That didn't go so well. However, we also don't know anything about this, so I have no clue what is going on as Azarius, and also very little as Mark because Amber was laughing and secret rolling, so no clue. And
Wow, why do you have to describe the part where I laugh? What the fuck?
because you have this specific evil laugh you do when you're like when you're doing something.
The specific
That is
evil
something.
laugh.
That is
Actually,
something
my
sort of
specific
bad.
evil laugh looks very much like my nervous laugh, which I do when I'm very distressed.
Okay, do you feel distressed right now? Could you show us?
Yeah, I feel pretty distressed.
Okay, laugh for us. Show us
Oh,
how it feels.
Let's go.
Sounds-
But after we went to, we sort of ended session while buying our animals and carts. We bought our
Yeah.
carts, we ordered those, and we sort of ended session with discussing what's on our carts, what we're gonna do with them, and going to the animal shop where Zarius bought Aurealis, the best fucking ox you can ever have. He's a good boy. He looks very cool.
Yes.
He knows how to sit.
Totally non-biased.
Yeah, that is totally not at all bias, but I am very
Totally
biased.
not at all.
But that is where we left off, I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the Harvest Festival was good.
Yes. I finished making those sheets. Then I also made a table for making horses.
If
Because why
only we
wouldn't
had
I?
it before we spent all our money, man.
Because she may or may not have issues.
Why? I retroactively applied it to the horses, so like it doesn't matter.
Why did
Incredible! Can't believe I
Sokas
rolled this beautiful
sound like a horse?
Because
Guess what?
Nay.
I have polymorph now.
Oh my
Ah.
god! Can you imagine? You spent 250 gold for that warhorse and it's crippled. Yeah, very sad.
Bro. Me
But
when I
it's
spend
cute.
150 gold for the prime riding horse that I cannot ride.
No, it's fine. You know,
Yeah.
you get it's crippled, but then it has the same thing that the horse Tokas bought has has an increase of 5 feet. So you know, it's plus minus, so it's 0.
Instead, it
So
doesn't.
it's really just a regular horse.
Yeah, it's a regular horse.
Why does my ox not get a bane or the boot table?
Because he's a cow. That's just it. He's just a
Ask
cow.
the cow's gonna get 2 banes
His
instead of a
boon
boon.
is that he can pull like 3,000 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God
His
was really
bane is that
kind
he's
with
a cow.
What do you mean? That's not a bane. That's a plus. I am not taking any of this cow slam.
Of course.
No, the bane is that he can
Anyway.
move half the speed of everyone else.
Preload.
What are
Can
we
get rid of
preloading? Hello.
this one. There we go. Because we are in Grafendam. And I just noticed that I didn't put little dots on the eyes because it's not in my keyboard, so I have to copy and paste it.
I'm kind of
Kind of sad now.
Immersion ruined.
What will they do without the little dots?
What will you ever do without the? I don't know what actually the name is in English. I just know that in Dutch it's thema.
Tewa.
No.
Isn't it like the?
Tewa.
Isn't it umlaut or something?
Umlaut.
Umlaut.
Yes, umlaut. That's actually German.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No, umlaut is in German.
Oh.
In Dutch we call it thema.
Thema.
Thema A.
Thema A.
Anyway.
Hmm.
I guess let's wait for Faris to load into this map.
Yeah, I don't know why it's. Oh.
Ugly, yes.
Oh, well, that is a self-deprecation that we don't allow the stable. It's really pretty. I like the waves. They keep my ADHD occupied.
Right. Cool. It's good to know that Tokas won't be running off to go and talk to some other NPC
No, we'll
across
just
town.
run off into the lake and drown.
Alright, that's good. Fantastic.
Oh. What do you mean by that?
Nothing.
Pretty sus. They are called diacritics, or often loosely called accents. Okay.
Who?
The little thingies above letters. Don't worry about it.
Yes, I am not gonna worry about it. I think it's best not to.
I never worry.
Alright, ready. It is a beautiful day in Graffendam.
It is.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
But what will you be doing in the final days of this
Of our
year's
lives,
harvest? Well, it could also be the final days of your life. It's a
jinx.
You know, whatever you would like to think, I guess.
Everyone immediately perishes.
I will give you 7 days left.
7
I
days.
thought we had 4 years. Goddamn.
Every time you say it, it becomes 1 year. Yes.
You realized that was too much time to give us. So
yeah, she realized we don't really move a lot, so now she reduced the leeway.
She's like, that's when the world ends. Like, it starts to end sooner.
Yeah.
Every time you guys say the world is going to end, it ends 1 day sooner.
bloody hell.
Okay, let's go, guys. How many times can we say it?
Just spam in chat so the campaign is over.
I just don't fucking die.
Campaign over, guys. Good job.
Soft restart.
Please don't.
Isekai us into a different world.
Yeah, we're going to the Reveille. We have to save that place now.
Right, so we are still in the animal market, yes?
I believe
Yeah,
we left
we
off
are.
buying horses and other things, yeah.
Yeah, you guys purchased some, like the first animals that you came across, you were like, damn, I want this.
That was Mark.
No,
I'll let you know.
excuse me. I did not go buy the first thing I saw because that shit was expensive.
That was no one then. You gaslighting us. What the hell?
In that case, lovely. So, on the one end, you have the place where they are showing off farm animals, where they are also showing off the riding animals, the mounts that you guys are purchasing. Some of these will be pitted against each other in like yearly shows for which has, you know, the best and most well-bred animal. Over in the distance, you can smell on the late summer breeze the smell of sweet berries and pies being cooked. And in the distance, you can see it there. Large tables with cornucopias stuffed to the brim with corn and fruit.
Is there a bee eating contest here?
No, there's no bee eating
please don't.
contest.
Fuck.
But is there a pie eating
I was
contest?
about to say, we could probably find a different eating contest somewhere around here. That does seem to be the thing that we're into, so...
Yeah, for some reason it is. You guys are
Eating
really into
contest?
eating things.
I was
like
gonna say,
in
we're
vast
just into eating
quantities.
things.
It
No,
might be the
doesn't
last
matter.
meal we ever have. It's gotta be good.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, if there's a shit eating grin contest, we'll apply Vincent. Don't worry.
Pretty much.
Is there a pony I can offer to buy Vasily?
You want to get him a pony?
No.
But then
It's
why?
very
to
nice
offer
one.
to buy a
It's
pony.
gold and has a horn. I'd recommend that one.
Okay, so why did you want to?
She just rolled. She just made a pony check.
I'm making pony checks. Okay. All right. What the hell? These are very
Oddly shaped pony. Daring,
It's a cube with
crippled
3
pony.
legs, and it has a relentless desire for blood.
All right. Roll me a D100 pony check.
Pony check.
D20 would have also been fine.
74. Sorry, 47.
Huge rolls.
It's a huge roll indeed. All right. Right, you can find a pony if you want.
Okay. Once we'll point at it and say, I heard that noblemen buy their people they care about ponies to win their affection. Do you want
Vasily
this
turn-
pony, Vasily?
Vasily turns to you. He's like dressed head to toe in clothing. Like he's wearing like gloves and like long pants and like high boots. And he's wearing like a cowl, you know, like with the
It's
hood up.
400 degrees outside.
I'm holding a umbrella up above him.
Yeah, he's like you can just see like the slits of his eyes like peeping out from this like thing that he's wearing in front of his face. What do you mean they buy ponies?
Isn't that what noble people do? I have like over 100 platinum pieces at this point, and I don't really know what to spend it on.
Excuse me, what?
Glad we're all so rich, guys.
No, just a bit confused.
This is Vincent. I'm so glad that we have And so you thought you would buy me a pony?
Well,
Like a miniature version of my own horse.
yeah, you do have your own horse. Never mind. Evidently, I don't understand this custom.
Vasily turns to you.
He explodes.
I appreciate the sentiment, Lawrence. I just don't think that you would like ponies very much.
Why?
Because they are like horses. But then in a very small form. Condensed. Like gnomes and halflings.
But, Artrax loves me.
Well, yes, but they are not a pony.
See.
You're standing in front of a pony, and like there's like there's like a little sign on it that shows like the picture of the pony with like a bell, I guess, next to it, and there's also like a little bell on the table, like a little table table thing hanging off the side of the fence, and so there's like a cowbell standing on top of it, and the pony like looks up at you.
I give the pony the bell. I know it wants it.
The pony is it's like a little like brown pony with like white socks. It's got a big white stripe down the side of its face. It grabs the bell in its mouth and starts like like moving its head up and down, swinging, and the bell does like he like plays a little bell tune.
Wow. Vasily. It's so skilled.
Yes, it's just like Zarius.
It is. But smaller
Excuse me?
and more endearing and less likely to run away.
I don't know if I think it would be less likely to run away.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like with him, it's like you got a whole pattern. Abandoned his first family, and then his family that took him in after that, and then now he's with us. Honestly, I think it's just kind of a matter of time. And ever since I put in a new heart in him, oh yeah, did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I do believe you told me something along these lines.
Yeah, well, basically, Zarius died because he was like, I don't know if I can handle this situation, and then died. Proving that he could not handle the situation. And then I did this crazy thing that I learned about at the time called open heart surgery. I don't know, I've never done it before, but I just had these strange memories of this very plastic looking room and strange charts of people, but they weren't really people, they were more like insides. Anyway, I just did what the diagram said in my head, and then it worked. And then so we put the dragon heart into his heart chamber. Lawrence pulls out like a little jar which has Zarius's old heart floating inside. Why?
Vasily puts his hands over your
Why?
thing, like pushing it out of the way, like
Pushing it back into my bag.
you don't put that out in public. It is noble rule number 1.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point, Vasily. I secure it back in place. And after that, you just start getting very possessive of people and things, and yeah, I don't know if this is like a good sign or like a bad sign.
Vasily takes your hands in his gloved hands, and he looks at you with a little bit of concern. Lawrence, do you believe that this traumatic experience of your friend dying and you ripping his heart out and then putting a new heart inside has led you to feel that you are afraid and you wish to replace him in some way with this pony? He says, pointing at the horse with the pony, which is still going ding ding ding, ding 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 with the bell.
Lawrence, who has never experienced therapy, goes, "What? That's ridiculous, Vasily."
So you want to buy the pony because you like it?
No, I want to buy the pony because you like it.
What makes you think I like ponies?
Well, you don't, which is why we're not buying the pony. I'm not traumatized. I'm perfectly normal. Lawrence looks away back at the pony. It's not like I watch TaleChasers get fucking mauled to death in front of me afterwards.
Very well. Goodbye, little pony.
Goodbye.
The pony puts down the bell.
Oh, I'm gonna
The
feed
show is over.
The show is over. I give it a treat. I don't know what I have on me, Amber, but I'm actually no. This cornucopia is a stuff. I buy an apple, I give it to Pony. If it's a gold piece because it's Graffindam, I pay a gold piece for it.
It's definitely an exorbitant price for a fucking apple.
How
It
much?
is a juiciest looking apple, though.
How much?
Come on, don't tell me what the...
Cost of an apple, D&D 5e. Apple.
I think like
D&D 5e.
I think apples are like I think you pay quite a bit for a pound of apples.
One gold per LB.
Yeah, it's
Per
literally
pound.
1 gold per pound normally.
Wait, how much is it? How many apple average apple weight LB? 0.3 pounds. Okay, so I could buy 3 apples for 1 gold piece.
They want you to pay 2 gold pieces for 3 apples.
I'll buy it. I'll do that.
Yeah.
My guy, the throwing money.
Yeah, now you
I'll
can
do
eat
that.
apple.
I'll give 1 to the pony. I will ask if Vasily wants one or if he wants to give it to Atrix when he gets back.
I will give it to the horse. Thank you.
Okay. I'll give it to Val, and then I split my apple in two with my immense strength, and offer the other half to be eaten by Vasily because he's an eating boy now.
You know, I said I would try new things, but like I think this new thing is just a little bit too much for me right now. He holds the apple, but he does not eat from it.
Lawrence will finish his apple, and then we'll give Vasily a disproportionate amount of time to eat the apple until the sun begins to bake the apple a little bit, and it begins to get a little dry looking, and then Lawrence will just take it from him and eat it.
Alright, you get to eat the whole apple. It's very juicy and sweet.
Nice, worth it.
Probably imported from Castanella.
Delicious.
Like home.
Yeah.
I
Just
too am
like
imported
home.
from Castanella.
I too am imported from. That's gonna be like when I go to talk to the priest. I'm gonna be like, I'm imported from Castanella.
All right. Party. Is there anything else you need?
Well, the market is just starting up, right? Nothing.
They have some stalls setting up as we speak. Yeah.
So I only had one more question. Because the gold cost with it is like including everything, right, for your animal. A day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Does that include a saddle?
No. Only maintenance 4.
God damn it. So what I'm hearing is I need to buy a saddle.
I don't know, do you want to ride the cow, like...
Well, no. I mean, it might be nice, but...
But you can ride him without a saddle, how hard can it be?
I'm just gonna lay on him.
He's a big cow.
Okay. Because I mean... yeah, I can actually ride it. Can I try to ride him? Can I try to ride Aurealis? He's been trained to ride.
What?
I said, can I try to ride him? Because he's trained to ride. Can I just try it? Like...
Yeah. He's not gonna not allow you to ride him.
Let's go, Aurealis.
You just have all the negatives of, not having a saddle, and that's it.
You mean my ass hurts? Like, all the scars that are already in it anyway?
No, I'm pretty sure you have, like... There's some stuff with deck saves and no one's staying on the mount, but it's fine.
I mean, I don't plan on running with it. I'm just moving with it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Alright.
No, I don't have anything unless there was a specific stall that looks very interesting. Like, if there's anything that catches my eye before I leave.
Roll me a D100 and see if it does.
Alright, I got you. Look at this 100.
I say as I pull out my 1 million
82.
tables.
That is pretty cool. That's pretty high.
Inventory is probably just getting some nice food, and that is about it. He definitely has his eyes open for a pie eating contest, but I doubt it's set up already because they're just setting up.
You and Zarius will find a very sun-tanned dwarf near the place where Lawrence bought his apples, who is selling like a bunch of tropical fruit that you would never find in this region. Like he's selling coconuts.
Whoa, it's somewhere from where I am.
What the hell? Coconut this far inland?
Yes.
Fucking deplorable.
Is he selling fruits from Castanella?
Yes.
Amber, I am immediately suspicious of the coconut. We're
gonna spend this entire section investigating this coconut.
We've been through this rodeo once before.
What do you mean you saw
it was a pineapple.
Yeah, exactly.
I specifically did not say pineapple.
I know, but it is also weird that a coconut is here. I'm just kidding.
No, you're
I
being
just want you
crazy,
to know,
Etharis. You're
coconuts are even more expensive than apples. You guys should become coconut salesmen.
I just want you to know that I don't believe you.
I mean,
Coconuts.
yeah, why isn't
If I have to believe, third edition coconut cost 50 gold pieces for 1 pound of coconuts.
This is 2 editions more, right? Like the price has been cut down twice.
What has
Actually,
it come to that our party's afraid of coconuts, man? Why?
No,
your
no,
party's
no.
afraid of everything.
Pineapples.
Coconuts,
There was
pineapples,
me-
doors, water.
Hey man, I was just trying to be funny because of the fucking pineapple that was the pickled water. Okay.
Brandon, do you not
just-
remember the pineapple accident?
I remember the pineapple
Yeah.
incident.
Yeah, but they're now afraid of all exotic fruits. You know?
No, I'm.
Problem with that? You got a problem with my irrational fear of exotic fruits? My
I don't see it in.
phobia?
Yeah, I have a problem. Your phobia is not in your flaw section of your sheet.
I'll let it right now. Look.
I have my flaw is very big. I can't swim, but
Somehow,
gonna go
even
up
though
to
you
the
can
fruit
breathe
tail.
underwater and automatically sink to the bottom of the ocean, you still can't
what do you
swim.
mean I don't sink automatically to the bottom of the
don't
ocean?
have the
I'm not
ring
a
of water
fucking
sinking?
brick. No, I don't have the ring of sinking. The
I
last
thought you
time I
put
did,
it-
the last time I was holding a rock. That's why I sank immediately.
Seems like you need to fix that.
No, I don't want to sink in water.
Attach rocks to Zarius right now. Throw him in the ocean.
I'm going to go to this fruit salesman and say, good sir, that is
Laddie?
a lot of fruit.
The dwarf turns to you. He's got like, I guess spectacles on, like glasses, but they are like of a very like dark glassy color, which kind of makes them look like sunglasses. But like, who the hell knows what sunglasses are? And he like
Are
he
these-
puts them like up on his head, and you can see that like he's got like 2 white circles, where his skin is not as tanned as the rest of his body.
Are these castanellan watermelons?
He turns to the watermelons and then just gives the hardest slap on this watermelon, like reverberating through the market, and he says, "Damn right they are."
Oh my god, I've missed these. What season is it, Amber?
It is the end of summer.
End of summer. Oh, that's perfect for watermelons, ain't it?
In it, bro.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, is there even in season? How did you get them?
Trade secret.
Great secret. Do these have are these the ones with like the big seeds or the small seeds?
Little ones. People don't like to eat the seeds.
Oh no. How much
kids
for
like
one
to spit
watermelon?
them, I guess. Oh man, how much is a watermelon? I
Depends
say
where you
running,
live.
running an exorbitant price probably, because who the hell wants to buy watermelons?
We do.
We do.
Let
I
me
can
I'm
see
gonna
tell
if
plant
you.
some in my car.
Oh, 40 gold pieces. Holy shit, that's so much.
Yes, but imagine how many watermelons we can get from one watermelon.
That's why it costs so much, you know. It's
about
it's
you just
the
Execute
investment.
this man.
Is there
Right
like is
now.
it resale value? What was that, White?
Execute this man. Just take them.
Yeah, so that's why you didn't need to ask him again what he said.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's true. It's
So
true.
from one watermelon, we can make a profit of like
we
300
can make a
gold easily.
lot of. We can make
How
a
you
lot of
risen,
watermelon.
Vincent. We'll be good punters in crime. I mean,
Would I be able to grow my own watermelons, like the seeds of this watermelon?
yeah, of course. You're a druid.
Is that what you
can do
asking
everything.
this man?
Yeah.
If you're
Oh my
patient
God.
and you got a low sunlight.
I'm very patient. Don't worry about it. Let's see how much is that. How much is
Sunlight,
that
though, sorry,
watermelon?
boys.
If you're patient, 4 years left to live, you can do it.
You missed out on the part where you said sunlight.
Yeah.
No, I
I
didn't.
guess
miss
you
that
can
out.
have
I
this
just wanted to
watermelon
see.
for a couple of gold pieces, but
What,
man,
a
there's
couple
no.
of gold pieces for a single watermelon?
Yeah,
It's
man.
40
man.
gold pieces, actually.
Lawrence just paid 2 gold pieces for 3 apples. Like,
It's
you
graphic.
get
Apple to
it.
watermelon ratio is
how
like
much? How
we
much?
are underestimating a lot of
Welcome to Graffendam, my bees, where everything like is hugely inflated for no reason, other than people are rich here.
How much is he asking? How much are gold pieces?
I would say for 3 you get a small one. For 5 gold pieces you get the fattest watermelon that Castanella has to offer.
So for I get like the fridge watermelon, like the small fridge watermelon, like the smaller one.
Yeah, sure, from a small
For
fridge
3.
watermelon.
I'm gonna look at the one with 3 and I say, I'm gonna lean over and say, I'm from Castanella. That watermelon. How much is a watermelon normally worth?
I guess it depends. Like all watermelons, all like exotic fruit is grown in one region in Castanella. It is grown in Faro Marches where they have super good soil. And then I guess the further you get away from there, the more expensive it becomes. People have to like lug a bunch of watermelons up the mountain to get to Ember Cairn. They probably would ask. They would probably ask for charge like a gold piece or two for these huge things as well.
But for the small ones, what would they go?
No,
for
for the biggest ones.
No, but what would the small ones go for? Because I want a small one because it's better to grow in a small garden.
Maybe like 5 silvers.
I'm gonna say it's like, my man. These go for about 5 silver in Castanella.
He
The
like
small
looks
one,
at
he
you.
looks at you.
He like looks at you, Zarius, and then he looks left and he looks right. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I must have taken the wrong road, but I'm pretty sure we're not in Castanella."
And he's like, no. What about 1.5 gold? Must make a profit off of that.
Do I make a profit off of that? Do you know how far Castanella is from here?
Yeah, I do.
2
Sadly,
minutes
2 minutes.
on foot.
So I just kind of looks at this man. It's like, really, I'm him. Like,
I'm just asking,
Castanella.
lad. Like, since you're asking me and you know so much about profit margins and whatnot, you must also be a merchant.
See, you should have
I've
asked
got
me.
I've got a friend. I've got a friend.
You're not
that's
even
a
merchant pilled.
You know, you're a merchant. What do you even know about watermelons?
Watermelons.
I know about plants.
That's nice. I know about plants too. That's why I
And
sell
do.
them here at my stall.
I see it.
And this one, he says, slapping the watermelon again. It kind of jiggles in place. Is 3 gold pieces.
Should have
Watermelon
been
should be
10.
jiggling, guys.
Sorry, it's just like, you're driving a very hard bargain. What about 2 gold?
What about 5 gold?
That's just rude.
That's just true.
He gives you a wink.
So he just looks at him and is like, come on.
Uh-huh.
Just meet me somewhere.
Yeah, in
I'll give you a
Castanella,
banana
you
as
want
well.
for 2
I'll
silver
give
pieces.
you a banana. I can't grow a banana. Those grow on trees. Wait.
Yeah, but they taste nice.
Are bananas from Castanella?
I would say that they're probably more commonly grown in Charniold, if anywhere. Because Charniold is definitely
know
the
what- I
more
know what a
like
banana
wet heat as opposed to dry heat.
I know what a banana is. Like, okay. 2.5.
Make me a persuasion check.
I'll
You
use
had to
my
make a persuasion check for
I'll
2.5.
I'll use my draconic powers to gain advantage.
You're
Here
gonna
is
need it.
Here is advantage dracon. No, that's 16. Oh,
Failure. DC 20. Pathetic.
DC 25.
2 gold and
Amateur
7
hour.
silvers, and you can take the watermelon, and then you're gonna just also like
You got this kind
vacate
of 3
this
silver.
area.
So it's like, fine.
I love this.
Is there any
Good
fruit
lad,
that's
he says,
like-
and he like picks up a little baggie. He like gives you like a little cloth bag, you know, that has like sort of like a handle on the side so that you can lift the watermelon and kind of hold it like a purse.
Yeah, this guy's got it
It wasn't
all
so
figured
difficult, right?
out.
Well, it's just happening.
Zarius will
Can I-
whisper under his breath and say, I should become a watermelon salesman.
Can I attempt to snatch a watermelon while this is happening?
Oh my god.
You want to
please.
steal
Thievery.
a whole watermelon?
Okay, I'll go for something smaller, something like
No, put it in your
fist
mouth.
size. I'll go for something fist size, like
Put
an
it in
apple
your
or
mouth
something
like-
that I
Or
can-
like a
monsters. You just-
mango. Alright,
Sure.
go ahead.
Wonderful. Since I have sticky fingers, I can use my profession die to add to my sleight of hand check.
Yeah, I can. You have sticky fingers. You can use your profession die to rob everyone.
What is my profession though? Now that I think of it,
It's
I'm
a
starting
D4.
I'm starting to regret the fact that we hired Vincent for this project.
It's
Yeah.
a D4.
I feel like we looked in the wrong angles of the earth.
Alright.
Even if I didn't know it was Vincent, look, it's an elf over there. No, I'm kidding.
Elf over there. Did someone lose their fucking wife?
Vincent, you grab a pretty nice looking fruit that has this sort of like gradient from red to orangey green at the bottom.
I'll just whistle on by whilst I shove it under my cloak.
I'll take the watermelon and just look at it like, I'm gonna grow you.
What the fuck? The fucking furball would speak to plants on the side, watching as the melon is extremely terrified and quaking in fear.
It's trembling in my hands.
Faris,
Sandra carrying the fucking
that
sick
watermelon, that fucking square watermelon picture. When I was 11 years old and I was in my first year of high school, and in my math book, one of the first exercises was about growing and stacking square watermelons.
Nice.
I can remember it as clear as day, but it has been a lot of years since then. Like a lot of years.
But Doris will
It was a
good
very
idea,
gladly, very proudly walk back. Very proudly walk back with his watermelon.
Alright, Zarius has obtained one watermelon.
Which ain't too bad, you know. I'm just gonna start chomping into my mango.
What are you eating?
I don't know. I'm gonna put it up to him. Not a clue. It tastes pretty good.
Do I recognize it?
I don't know, do you?
No, I don't. I'm asking you.
She's saying you have a skill issue in recognizing the fruit.
Well, you have a skill issue. Zarius.
I don't-
That's
okay,
a
I
mango,
don't.
Zarius. They're pretty nice.
Oh, that's a mango. Those are very nice.
Mm.
Mhm.
There's a seed in
have,
there.
I love
Very
it when
large
it's like, what is
seeds.
this DM? And it's like, it's this. The player immediately after says the exact.
It is this. Of course I knew.
Yeah, sure. You can have the seed once I'm done.
You want a piece of watermelon?
Oh, if it's as good as this is.
Have you had a watermelon before?
Don't think so.
They're grown Castillo. They're very sweet, but also like very fresh, like very.
That's exactly
Like
what
your
this tastes like.
Yeah, it's very good. And Zarius grabs his scythe and just cuts it open with it.
What the fuck? This man is out of control.
Just dismantling the watermelon in front of everyone.
I
Everyone's
wasn't
disgusted.
sure. I'm really unclear as to why they're just handing out free fruit around here. You know, like
As far as looks, is like that wasn't free.
it wasn't.
Stole that.
You stole that.
He has loads of them. I'm sure he won't notice.
You're a thief. Guys,
Don't
we
say
got
that word
Saran
too loud.
back!
Don't say that word too loud.
Guys,
I'm
we
just
got
gonna look at
Saran
him,
back!
look at him with the most sarcastic eyes. Really? I would have
Amber
never
rolling
noticed.
I
perception
didn't
checks
know
for
your
all the
mom was
colors around.
Morensian.
No, just
Don't bring up
sometimes
his
it's
mother.
easier to not pay for the things that you want.
Mm-mm.
How is me, the one with the dragon heart?
Yeah, it's a small mango. It's a small mango, sorry. So I wouldn't worry.
That mango probably cost you like 2 gold.
Well, it cost me nothing, actually.
He has a point. He objectively has a point.
Simply lower taxes, or I will not pay them.
And when you think about it,
This cannot tax you on a purchase that you do not make.
if I'm mathing correctly, if this cost me 2 gold and I didn't pay 2 gold, I've just gained 2 gold. Then I'll
That's
just
true.
take another bite.
Cyrus just looks at your pouch for a moment. Is that how it works?
Man,
There's understanding that you can just take what you want.
man, like Brandon, in the top right corner of Vincent's vision, it just pops up something that says Victoria will remember this.
Everyone
Zarius
disliked
will
that.
remember this.
It's
And then it
Siren
just pops up.
approved.
Everyone will remember this.
You do get a plus point, like a Doki Doki point with Siren.
Guys,
So
don't look at me with those eyes. You're saying it like we've been heroes this entire time. Come on, now.
Cyrus was holding out this piece of watermelon and just slowly pulls it back to himself.
Watermelon.
Oh, now all of a sudden we grow a moral compass. Okay.
Amber
What do
slowly
you mean
rolling
now?
perception checks for the mango without a price tag on it.
The mango being eaten. This was our perception check here at Scream.
Yeah.
No, that plant scream. Yeah.
No, the first one
sad
was
to do.
for the scream. The second one was
I mean,
for the shopkeeper
I'm,
chasing
I'm
you down.
going to put
Mhm.
some of the seeds in like a little pouch.
That's
It's a
pretty.
pouch.
That's
So-
pretty
Right,
pretty.
spit some seeds into a pouch.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
It's a trauma of mine.
While I'm
Spitting
eating,
seeds into a pouch.
Well,
That
I'll
was just
cut it
spitting
in
seeds.
4. I will cut
Victoria.
it in. I'll cut it in 4 because I don't need to
Uh-huh.
give Vincent any. So I'll give. Well, no, I'll cut it in 5 actually. I'll give Vittorio a piece. I'll give Tokas a piece. I'll give Lawrence a piece. Probably especially Lawrence. Lawrence gets the big piece because it's from home. So
That's kind of racist, but okay.
What do you mean? What the fuck?
Oh,
Pretty-
classic.
pretty
The
racist.
gets
I'll-
left out. Classic. Good ones there.
Don't worry. And
Compass out of the window as soon as
I'm
he
going
walks
to
away.
offer. I'm going to offer it to. I'm going to look at Vasily to see if he wants it.
He
Also
does
pretty
Vasily,
racist.
like,
But I
physically
see him probably
turns
still
away.
holding that apple. like,
He's like, yeah, he's still holding the apple.
yeah, I expect as much, and I'll give one to. Is it Ilmara's here, right?
You turn around to look for Ilmara, and you see that she is purchasing from a stall where this an equally tan-looking but human woman this time is like selling gloves made out of leather, and Ilmara is purchasing a pair.
Oh my lord, she's
I'll
selling
walk
gloves
over
out of
to-
leather.
I'll walk over to Ilmara and hold out the watermelon, the piece,
You mean the watermelon?
the piece of watermelon.
So
Well, not for you.
Ilmara turns to you away from the woman, who appears to be cutting into like this gray leather. She's like expertly cutting out a shape. And the both of them turn to you, and Ilmara looks down at the watermelon. And then looks up at you. Thank you. What is the occasion?
Well, I saw watermelon at the fruit market and remind me of home, so I bought it, collected some seeds, and now I'm eating it with my friends, and not with thieves. Although that one of those thieves is also my friend, but I'm not sharing it with him. Just as punishment.
Ilmara looks past you and everyone with the watermelons.
Because Ilmara-
The only two people who don't have
Monkeys.
watermelons are Vasily and Vincent.
I'll be happily eating my mango with a big smile. I'll even wave.
She will take the watermelon. She's like, I see. Thank you.
No problem. Comes back eating his
Call
watermelon.
me non-thief.
He'll feed some bits of it to Aurealis, who's probably also standing here because he's nowhere to go, so he just is on the leash.
I can imagine Zarius walking around graphing them like, on top of a cow.
Which fine, Iris. I understand. It's because I'm a dark elf. No, I get it. It's
Yeah, I do.
you pulled the
Some
race
people
card.
on the market turn around.
They start murmuring, Dark Elf, kill him!
I look at Vincent and I'm like, I'm a lizard man. That is not the reason.
no, it's fine. You don't need to make up excuses.
No, you can use that excuse to the humans, but not to me.
Anyway, and I'll just like really suck on the last bit of the seed and then give it to him. Here's your. There you go.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I put it back. I put it in.
You take the freshly licked seed.
Yeah, I don't mind. I just grab it with my hands. Probably like I just had cow like drool on my hand, so yeah.
Cleansed.
Beautiful.
Well, at least now I know that the fruit that's being handed out here isn't for free. I'll keep that in mind.
How did you expect it to be free to begin with?
He didn't. He is playing a joke on you.
Oh.
Because that's what makes the world go around, Cyrus. Kindness.
That is true, Vincent.
See?
I look at Vittorio specifically, and then at Toka specifically. I'm like, excuse me.
See, Tokas is plucking out the seeds, and he's not eating the watermelon slice. He looks up. I mean, he is correct. And it's money. Well, of course, economy is also what keeps social infrastructure up, but...
Enemy.
Just don't make it a habit.
Kindness. Victoria doesn't want you to make kindness a habit.
Yes, that is exactly what I meant, Lawrence.
Actually, I agree with Vittorio. We'll become very poor if we just work on kindness. I heard this. I want to say I heard this investigation crew that just does free jobs. They earn like no money.
Oh, I just earned us 2 gold.
I guess
Mm,
specifically since you reaped the benefit, it's just you that earned 2 gold, right?
And Zarius, because Zarius can
Let's-
plan that and make money off of selling them.
I suppose. Vasily! Did you like that hat? Pointed a big black hat at the hat vendor.
Slowly turns around.
I think it would match your aesthetic.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's big, right? Bigger than TaleChasers, right? And it would shield you from the sun, and
Being
you would
inside
look
would also shield me
stylish
from the
with,
sun.
without making you look like you are tending my procession.
You know how you specifically
You know what?
pointed out that the
I'm
hat's
gonna
bigger
buy
than
this
yours,
hat
Curtis?
for you.
I mean, I heard it. I don't know why people believe that I have some sort of complex about the size of my clothing.
Damn, I do hope Tokaz doesn't get his hat to be even bigger when I purchase this for you.
Note that I am roughly 10 feet across the way.
I think you should.
Why would I do such a thing?
Oh, you
Be
would
funny.
vastly go to the hat vendor who sells a large variety of hats. Meanwhile, Vittorio runs into a
Death.
mobile stall on the way to getting
They sell
Yo, that's
phones
me.
here?
apples.
Wait, there's phones here?
No, it is a very old woman. She's wearing like this large pink dress, and she's wearing like a straw sun hat, and she's pushing like this little wooden cart with like a single
Look
wheel
at
at the
her.
front.
Look at her pushing the cart.
And like Rickety and Rackety are like, you know, shuddering on top as she's like rolling this little wheelbarrow cart forward are like a lot of cats. Porcelain cats that have all been like hand painted to have like different fur coats. And it says like in brightly painted like blue and red letters on the side that these cats protect you from evil.
damn.
We'll take the lot.
I'll have a look. But she was trying to move past, right?
Yeah, she's trying to move past you. But you're very tall.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies.
Don't worry about it. Mind if I have a look?
Of course, of course.
He does mind.
Please have a look.
Yeah, it's gonna have a little look see, and see what kind of cats these are.
She has so many different cats.
They
Tabby cats. She has little tortoiseshell cats. Cats with the little stripes.
It's protection
Also
against
cats.
evil. Just buy all of them. We're gonna need it.
Yeah, buy all of the cats.
We can't be
No,
more
don't buy
protected
all of the
against
Brown
evil.
and black and red and beige. With any kind of like eye color you can imagine, pretty much. And all of them kind of like have a similar look to them. These plump bodies
Hmm.
and big cat eyes.
Are there any with a similar coat of Pierre?
Roll me a D100.
Asking a law here.
Is a good, a high, low good, or low good?
I don't know. You're the DM.
Yeah, but I'm asking you.
Oh,
50.
Say
good.
high and low and
Let's
get
go.
her.
Hi, good. D&D team.
Mm-hmm.
Higher the better.
Yeah, sure. High good.
Okay.
Rolls a 1. No, 42. That's pretty good.
42!
Damn game.
Pretty average.
Can't believe you. It's all is your fault. 100%.
It's correct. I own Foundry and modified the API so that you would roll a 42 on this exact occasion.
Yeah.
Specifically at 7:54 of the 14th of April, Friday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now
They
take
don't
this beautiful cat.
exactly have Pierre's coat, but they do have like a marble tabby, which is like I guess similar enough.
See, this is exactly what you wanted. A similar cat that's not exactly like Pierre.
Yeah, it will like. Looks at that one. It's like, and how much are these?
Oh, for these little cats. 1 gold piece, young handsome young man.
All right. I take it you painted them yourself.
Oh, yes.
Wait, what?
My shaky hands. It's not the most beautiful work anymore.
I look at the cat. Amber, what does my half proficiency in painter supplies tell me?
I don't know, roll. Half proficient man.
Proficient man.
Man, this game is really about half proficiency because none of us ever managed to finish this proficiency.
That's true.
I'm half fluent in Infernal.
Right.
Lawrence is half proficient in rune carving.
I can
really-
make half runes.
Really half men here.
It's
Make
like
half a conversation with Zariel.
this.
Why would I need to do such a thing? Explain.
So yeah, I guess. Well, actually, if it's rounded up, it's a +2, I guess.
It's still a pretty cute cat.
Yeah.
Like, it has some, like, spots, but, nature is pretty forgiving. Nature art in general.
Nature is
like,
healing.
That's true.
Yeah, it's healing.
I
Nature art in
will-
general is pretty forgiving because it's so organic looking.
Yeah, you know what? I will get one. I will get that one. I'll take out a gold piece. It's like, well, I think this one will do just fine. It's it looks quite nice.
Thank you. You have a lovely day.
You too, ma'am.
She turns back to her cart, begins wheeling it down the road again, ready to sell more cats.
Damn.
Lawrence, you obtain a hat for Vasily.
Yes. Does he like it? Does he wear it?
What if she said that he doesn't? What are you gonna do about that?
Force him to
He
wear.
will wear it
No.
if you say that this hat will look good on him, he will wear this hat.
I do.
But if you don't, then he's not gonna wear the hat.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me.
Yes.
I don't know how much you want to spend on this hat, but the most expensive hat that they have is 15 gold pieces.
Done.
What? Alright, it's a really nice hat then.
It better
Vasily
be.
has done so much for our party. And lately, Lawrence is aware that sometimes he feels undervalued. Sometimes he questions his place. And he misses his life of finery. And this poor living grates on him. So why shouldn't he have nice things? I spend 15 gold on the fucking hat.
Alright. When you and Vasily walk across the fairground, sometimes people stop and they say, "That's a very nice hat."
And then he takes radiant damage because he tips his hat and the sun burns him.
Lawrence says only the finest for for our noble sir.
Everyone here is a noble, but Vasily definitely stands out because he has the pale complexion of a noble that is very desirable,
Yeah.
Damn, you heard that. Vasily is very desirable. You better keep him on leash.
Most desirable man.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up, no cap.
Porcelain. Jackie Daytona.
Please don't.
Most desirable
So-
Daytona.
So,
So,
what's next for you lot?
I'm back.
welcome back.
Well, if we were to go by the little session to-do list, then it is either Tokas or Zarius up next. That we're gonna look into a thingy, I believe.
Well, Zarius will have asked around the market itself, but he will come back a little bit disappointed. And then, then he will say if we have time that he would like to ask in what is the place where he's been before, the
College? The Bard's College?
The Bard's College, yeah.
You've asked around on the market. Like, what have you asked around on the market?
The thing I messaged you about.
Did you like? Who did you ask though?
Oh well, Zarius would have literally just started asking people who he would need to ask about it. Like that's step one.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
then
you
if
just
they
talk to
all,
random people.
I'll talk to people at the market stalls
Mm-hmm.
and ask them basically if they would know the organizer of this event.
They would probably tell you that, like, if you wait, do you specifically ask them for people, for that you want a place to be able to play music? Yes.
He would basically say if there's any stage to play music. Yeah, if there's going to be any musical event, if there's any stage, if there's any location I could get to play music.
People at regular stalls would probably point you to like the musicians because they don't know a whole lot about how the deal is like organized with people who play music here and like make a profit off of doing that.
And then Doris would go to the musicians and ask. And he probably would look to the person if there's anyone that looks like they play classical music.
Oh boy, make me perception check.
Ember, is it dark? No, I'm kidding.
No, it's not dark.
21.
Alright, let's see. Across the fairground, you spot an individual in a tan cloak and cross-gartered brown stockings. They have silver hair that shines in the late summer sun. And you can also see that they have a viol like perched upon their arm, which they are playing.
Are they playing well?
I mean, you're pretty
No,
decent
I'll
ways away.
approach.
All right. Let's see if they play well. All right. It is decent. It is not the best you've ever heard. It's a rather simple tune, perhaps for a simple place.
Doris will wait until they're finished and then clap.
When they're done, they like pull the viol away and put it down in their arms in a more comfortable position. And
Is
they
this a
make a
tall
like a small
person?
bow.
Man, woman, in between?
They are a man. They're not very tall, maybe 5'7", 5'8".
Human?
Human.
So,
Pale in complexion, and his hair is a little bit frazzled, his silver hair. He's put it up into like sort of like a bun. And you can see that his eyes are an amber color.
nice. Doris will approach after he claps and is away to them. May I ask something?
Of course you may.
Um, Darius points at himself as like, Darius, the withered rose. I'd like to. I want to ask: is there a way or a place people can play here at the market and the festival?
Gilbert. They
What do you say?
introduce themselves. Gilbert introduces himself as. Hmm. He looks around a little bit and then says, with a shrug, "It's difficult to get a word in. I made a reservation weeks ago to be able to play here. And where I'll go from here, I am not certain."
Well, I like your playing.
That is kind.
Pulls out his cello, who's probably which is probably like the size of
Pulls
this
a
man.
cello out of a flesh pouch. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah,
Out
your
of his
cello is almost
chest.
the same size as him. He's like, oh, an impressive instrument, that. Unfortunately, the market is a little flooded at this very moment.
It's like I noticed. Yeah, I was thinking of playing it, or of playing maybe if I had a chance, I could get to sign up anywhere, but I feel like it's pretty late. You know where I would have to?
He gives you a tired smile. You can see that his eyes have kind of got he's got crow's feet, from age, and also he's got a little bit of like black bags under his eyes.
God damn, this man is dying.
What?
How old is this man?
He's like maybe middle-aged.
Jesus Christ, he sounds like
He
he's
might be
90.
younger. He might be younger, but
Tell him
he looks a little
doesn't
rough,
really carry his ears very well.
Yeah, he doesn't carry his ears very well, probably. But he smiles regardless. He says, in town, to be quite frank, it is complicated right now. Personally, I do not know if I will travel north, south, or further east from here. But I don't know if this town is the one for me. A lot of people seem to have the same idea.
Why not, if I may ask?
I think the folk are a little bit too stuck up.
Even for someone who plays classical like you, I thought they would eat that right up here.
You'll find a lot of that here right now.
Ah, you don't stand out.
Pretty much. I already don't. I would not say that I'd stand out much back home either, but
With
I
your
had
with
my
your
approach and it worked.
with your beautiful silver hair and your classical violin play, how could you not?
He puts a hand to it, he puts his free hand to his chest. He's you flatter me. But alas, I know my worth and my place.
You like to just do a practice round together.
Why not? He perches his viol upon his shoulder again and raises the what is it called? The bow? I think it's called. Yeah, he raises it with a flourish.
Zarius puts it down because he has to sit. So Zarius has to sit somewhere.
You could use it. You could use his perch that he uses for
I like to imagine Zarius leans
like
a
a
bit on
little
his
stool.
tail if he doesn't have a stool.
Yeah, he has like a little stool that he can sit to rest every now and again.
Zarius looks at him and says, I know a couple. Castanella March. The Dance of the Golden Swan, like the Morentian song. Anything your preference?
I think I might be familiar with that one. Castanella, bit far.
Right.
But I suppose you are far from home yourself.
That I am. Traveled far and wide. Traveled with the Dreamlanders at one point. So he puts down his cello and drinks a little bit out of his cup. Right? That's how I need to use it, right? And then he will play. +1. Oh my god, that's terrible.
It's okay. You can both you can roll advantage because it's 2 of you here. Yes, proficiency.
That is 20.
Alright. In that case, your performance is quite nice. Exceptionally nice. But, it's still a harvest festival, so really, people didn't, come here explicitly for the music. There might be some people who are who like linger and stand by and leave a couple of coins here and there, or like a trinket in his his collection cup box, you know.
Cyrus does a very dramatic bow. Like, thank you, everyone.
Gilbert will follow you. He's kind of he's no matter how tired looking he is, he's at least leaning into the energy a bit. That was quite nice.
Yeah, it was?
You're very good.
Yeah, only because you supported me.
My, of course. Because I supported you.
He smiles a bit. And then he just kind of like packs his cello back up because that takes fucking ages.
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine.
It does. It takes quite a while to strap it back in.
I was like, I'll see what I can do. Is there anyone I could talk to, maybe reserving your place, or you just play?
Gilbert hums. As I said, I'm not sure if there's space left.
It's always worth a shot.
I suppose that is true. He will write down an address in town for you.
Looks at it. He's gonna go there. He will first go back to the party as he says, first say goodbye to Gilbert. He looks back like, well, Gilbert, I'm sure I'll hear your name out in the world in no time.
I look forward to hearing yours upon the wind, Zarius.
Like, the Withered Rose is the one you'll hear about. Sorry's just the guy behind it. He smiles.
The Withered Rose. I'll keep it in mind.
I'll go to the party. So I just met this very awesome guy. Thank you guys for watching Aurealis for a bit, by the way. He takes the cow.
I look around for the cow that I was not looking at all.
Damn. Where did this cow go?
He's trained to wait here, so you know that's fine.
Oh, damn.
As he's like, so I got this address of very maybe getting a spot to play here at the market during the festival.
Well,
Does
that
mind
doesn't
if I
sound too bad.
take some time to quickly take a peek?
How much time?
I look at the street name. Do I recognize it?
And when exactly is this festival?
Do you recognize it? No,
I
you
don't recognize it.
Like off the top of your head, you guys have been in Grafton like twice.
I've been there twice.
Yeah, you've been in Grafton like a handful of times.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I thought I've been there twice.
No, you've not been there twice.
Well, however long it takes me to find this and get back.
Well, if it's just looking at a street, then I don't believe there is a problem.
Are we up for time?
I know if we were going to stay for the festival or not.
That I don't believe we can allow ourselves to do.
Yeah, not quite. Could probably get going.
How many days is the festival?
Until the end of the month.
Yeah,
About a week of normal
like,
time.
We're staying like
2 days there.
We're staying like this day at the most.
Yeah.
Says looks a bit disappointed. He's like, yeah, it's 2 days there and back, right? Like there, 2 days, back 2 days.
That is correct.
Well, considering it looks at Tokas, you had something you were gonna check up on in town as well, right?
I'm considering it,
Okay.
though I don't have the means to pursue my endeavor right now.
Is there anything stopping you from at least checking in on it, or?
No, not really. I guess I could wager the intent of the person I wish to speak to.
Yeah, then how about, Zarius? You could go look into this. Well, if you're lucky, you might even be able to get something for this evening, though, that's kind of hoping a bit too much. Togas can check that out, and he looks at Lawrence.
That is a very nice hat, Mara says.
Thank you.
Yes, Mara. Give her a little scritch. As for me, I would just like to go check out the temple. Specifically the temple where the robes of Aurelia are held. Give Togas a look.
They are held in the inner city, accessible to nobility.
Well, good thing I'm with Vasily, who's nobility and has a very nice hat.
Nod of Grafton.
Damn. How can I skamaz?
Amber?
How do priests get in then?
There's
By
no temple
being
there
ru-
anymore.
Yeah.
It's
the
ruin.
ruins of a temple of the place.
How did you guys get in there last time?
We didn't.
Didn't.
I think
Pretty
only
much didn't.
I think only Vittoria has been in there, but that was because he went with, well, not in the temple, but in the inner city, because he went with Eric, because he is literally owned by one of the noble families here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is Eric still around? I'm assuming not.
Is who still around?
Is Eric still around, like, in the city?
He was yesterday. Didn't get a reply when he tried to whistle signal.
Shit.
So I don't know. But could always attempt to gain entry, I guess, one way or another.
In the meantime, while you guys think about that, Zarius.
Yes. We'll strut.
Yes, you will strut.
He will also, seeing as this might take a while, ask Vittorio very nicely if he can watch Aurealis for a bit. Aurealis will listen. He can wait. He can sit. He can. You can ride him if you want.
It's like, I can take him to where, we have Artrax and everyone else.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm just going to be very fast.
He just gives you a look. He's like, you better be fast then.
I know. Aurealis is gonna miss me a lot if I'm not, so I'll be fast.
That's not really what I'm thinking of, but sure.
All right. Be good boy, Aurealis.
Gao huffs.
I'll pat him and I'll let go.
Alright. Can you make
Go to
me
this
I guess, persuasion check or something of the court, like something of the sorts to find your way to this place, either by talking to people or trying to figure it out by yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do persuasion.
Alright.
It doesn't matter much, but it is.
Mhm.
He's going to just ask about and just get direction.
Right. You will eventually land in the northeastern districts.
Ooh.
At a small office. It is unassuming and not even marked on the outside, but it is evident that it is a workplace still by the little sign that says open next to the door.
Sorry, it's very like. And then he breathes in, he breathes out, and then he very confidently steps in.
Alright. The door swings open, and although nicely decorated, the space is it's a little small. It is almost like immediately stepping into someone's office. There is a door going off to, I guess, a back room maybe, or like a larger section of the house. But this front section is pretty small. And you see a human there, a man with a bald head, and as he casts his eyes up towards you, you can see that they are green. He's currently got like a stack of paperwork in his hands, and there's like even more piles of paperwork like all strewn about his desk.
I'm very sorry to interrupt, but I have a question. I'd like to play music, specifically tonight. Where could I do so? He says very confidently.
You would like to play music.
Yes. Oh,
That is a start. Alright, so you are a musician of sorts.
yes. Also, I'm also singer, dancer, performer.
Of
Although the
course,
performing doesn't really go very well.
the whole 9 yards, as they say.
Yes, very much so. One of the greatest, if I do say so myself.
Yes, I do believe I hear this on the daily.
How many Zarius has this man interacted with, I wonder?
He like puts the current
hundreds.
pieces of paper that he has away, and he pulls from turns his chair around and goes to like almost like a file cabinet and pulls out like this whole slew of documents and books and folders. And he picks one up and begins to like go through it to like the last page, which is like half full, and he says, "Yes, yes." Takes him a couple of minutes to go over this, and he says, I'm afraid we've had a major influx of musicians, performers, what was it, dancing and singing in these past few weeks.
I heard.
I'm not sure how much I can mean for you.
It's like, I know it's not that busy tonight yet, right? Things are still building up. There must be something.
Trust me when I tell you, he says, like scribbling something on the page. Either like it's almost like he's crossing something out and then he like scribbles something else down. Trust me when I tell you with utmost certainty that despite the fact that the market itself is not yet so busy, a lot of musicians from West have come up here to my office or when I'm out on the fairgrounds themselves, offering their services.
Okay, so there's nothing available, right? That's what you're saying?
As far as I'm aware, none in quite the radius.
Okay. Could I ask some people that are playing around? Just names, locations, maybe.
He like looks up from his paper and you see his he sees eyebrows which are like a very fine like
Lowers
blonde
monocle.
color, like like knit together slightly, and he says, I do believe I am not allowed. I, I I don't believe I am at leisure to give out this information. Good sir.
My apologies. You know the thing about the best is sometimes you gotta let other people shine, and that's what I wanted to do. But
Of course, sir.
oh my god,
God,
I love this
such
man
a piece
so.
of shit, Mark.
You mean this man that sounds exactly like how a real person would
Yeah,
answer
no,
a
that's why I
madman
love
that
it.
goes into
Yeah,
a
that's
door
why
and
I
says,
think it's great.
"Oh, I'm the best guy around, but I have to let
I'm
others."
literally good at everything. Let me play. Sir, perhaps there is something for you after all, but it depends on how far you are willing to travel.
Okay. I look at him.
Yes. How far would you say your action radius? Your-
My action.
your-
I will shoot you.
What do you mean? Like travel time? Like
yes, how far you are willing to travel to get work. It is evident that you are searching it out. He says it in an even voice. He doesn't laugh like
Tries
I
not to
am.
say desperate.
Will reach out.
Well,
Fuck up, game.
Sorry, I
well,
just sounded extremely funny.
I am
Imagine
very
this guy.
willing to make. I'm very willing to make my name known out there.
Oh,
How
sir.
willing are you
If
to
you
go
are
out
willing
there,
to,
though?
he says, sir, if you are willing to take on this job, I am certain that your name will be out there. He's just turning
Well,
around as he
I-
goes back to his file cabinet and he begins like leafing through it. He says, yes, yes, yes.
I'm sure. Well. How far are we talking?
The other side of the country, sir.
Like where the other side of the country?
He finally like seems to find what he's looking for as he's in his like file cabinet, and
That
he pulls
shithole
out
under the
a.
city.
He pulls out a.
Under the dam.
He pulls a. No, he pulls out a leaflet.
The fucking leaflet.
Pamphlet, unbelievable. He says yes.
Like. Oh, sorry.
He places it down in front of you, and he
Okay.
says, "I have received multiple requests for for musicians to be sent over from Grafendam to Altenheim.
He looks at.
Unfortunately, the city is bleeding dry of all musicians,
Oh, I
performers,
heard.
entertainers as we speak."
I heard
Why?
that.
Why is that?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I
Would you
would,
like to know, Weather
personally.
Boy?
now, Mark. Now you can't. Darius can't seem too eager at this now. Okay.
Yeah.
Play
It's your
cool.
only option.
Play like
Yeah, I
you
mean-
don't want it.
I mean, there's like so all the way to Altenheim. Is there a date?
No, I'm not gonna have a date with you. What the hell?
The first person willing to get there and to do the job, I suppose.
That is something.
Be weird if you
Uh,
suppose.
Okay, so Altenheim. He kind of like thinks
He
kind of
looks
like,
at on the pamphlet. This is a pamphlet for Altenheim's Grand Opera, which is one of the largest opera houses
yeah, like
in the
Darius
in the
looks
world.
very confident, but like you probably heard of this place, I assume.
I mean, yes. Either
yeah.
this one is the largest, or in Novostoya. I think this one might be a little bit larger than the one in Novostoya, but the one in Novostoya is also humongous.
Okay, so he kind of like he says play, but that isn't the truth. But he's gonna say it anyway, and he's like, first play around that place, then play back there, and then this is just him thinking, okay, first we gotta get a bag full. That's
The
crap,
man,
but that's not
you
what
see that he has like a little nameplate on the desk as well. His name is Salvador, with an X, and he
Salvador
like
Dali.
Salvador is just like he's just looking at you with like this deadpan expression. He looks like he's seen more than a million musicians come through these doors.
Yeah, I
Like there's
guarantee
no
it.
life left behind his eyes as you're like rattling off all the places that you're going to go to.
He's like, yeah, well, if that's an opportunity, then why the hell not? Never been to Altenheim.
Very well.
But all roads bring to Altenheim.
He takes it, and then just in his mind, it's like,
I fucking hate Altenheim, but I want to go to Altenheim.
no. In his mind, he's just there, like, thanks, Gilbert. Like, he'll take the pamphlet to go to Altenheim. So where do I need to be? I'm gonna write this in my notes. I need to be in Altenheim, the Grand Opera building, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Grand Opera building in Altenheim.
I can give you the name for the person.
It is
I will give it to
bleeding
you after
dry, all
sessions,
its
'cause I can't-
musicians.
Pretty much, yes. Salvador will give you a letter of recommendation from the Grafendam office.
Damn,
Nice.
you're getting the good shit.
He will receive a small commission for this.
Literally.
Yeah.
You're getting the good shit for a small price.
You should tip him.
I was actually
Dip him?
thinking of tipping him, but
Dip him in Szechuan sauce.
also I'm now
Yeah.
Zarius that has a green dragon heart who doesn't want to give him any money.
Kind
I
of
don't want to give
spicy.
anyone any money.
Yeah.
That's not
Zarius was
Gilbert.
like
That's that's the other guy. Fair. This is Salvador. He
Oh,
looks like
right.
that.
Right, sorry.
Gilbert is amazing. He's a beautiful gray locks.
Yeah, he's a silver fox.
Yeah, but Zarius does a bow and is like, then I appreciate the opportunity. Altenheim it
course.
is.
I look
And you
forward
will.
to hearing about your exploits.
And hear
He
about
doesn't.
it you will. Also keep in mind a man named Gilbert. I'm sure he's gonna go far someday.
Of course, I'm sure he will. Sovereign says it picks up like a stack of papers again and begins like filing them away.
He's gonna cry when you leave. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
No, only at night when he lays in bed next to his wife who hasn't touched him in 6
It's my
years.
love.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Oh, no.
Broken marriage. Broken marriage,
His
His
Stina.
work is his life, guys.
Zarius gonna go back, running in the 90s. He's pretty excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a plan.
Oh.
I have several plans. Multiple ways to get in to the inner city.
I was gonna say that the
Ready.
first one is
What is your plan?
Rejected.
I see.
Are you looking at the Grafendam map?
No, he wants to infiltrate into the ruins.
I want to infiltrate the inner city.
Okay, interesting.
Well, I mean, I'm not a nobleman, so
Mhm.
they won't let me in.
Just true.
So I need to infiltrate. And my idea is TaleChasers cast fly on me, and I just shimmy around. Lawrence and Vasily talk their way in, which will be a challenge. Or we make friends with some noble people that then invite us. Or we get invited, or we basically oh, let's go to the Seraph's choir or something, and they're like, oh, what a good idea! It's particularly bussin' at this time, and we're like, nice. So we shimmy on down and we walk in with them, and it's like, yeah, it's okay because we're with these people.
Okay, I like your plans. Number
And
one,
we execute them, take their money and
I
clothes,
don't like your plans
What?
anymore.
and
Oh, well.
proceed.
What?
Okay, so
The
he was
ruins of Aurelian's
joking. At least I
respite.
hope.
yeah, go.
It's
well,
like it's Cyberpunk when someone turns their back and you just pop 2 bullets.
I don't think we can quick save though, and like
Yeah,
save scum
true.
this.
I
We
think
can't save scum this now.
Gabe. I think
Dave Sunny is cringe.
Gabe. I think both you and me have a concern about the first plan.
I think you can fly wherever you go for 10 minutes, but then you're on your own from your way out as well, which is why I'm not exactly keen on the first plan.
Oh,
On
my concern was about the ballistas, but
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
I wasn't about to mention it. I was gonna let him discover the 500.
I remember there
ballistas
are
on the-
ballistas there. I just don't remember
what they
Dude,
Either
do.
it's-
there's
why would-
literally like
why would they shoot
anti-tank.
at a funny little
anti-dragon
guy
missiles.
like me. Okay.
Oh, fuck, anti-dragon
Just a
missile.
funny little guy.
The last
Yeah.
funny little guy that flew around Grafendam was a dragon that burned half of it.
I
so,
will
you
I
know.
will activate the map for you, Braden, so you can actually so you don't have to like go there yourself. But like yes, this there are several locations here that you can click on that will tell you some of the history of this city and how it was once laid siege to by a dragon. But don't worry about it. Everything is going to be just fine.
But yeah, I like the plan. I feel like if you want to carouse with nobles, it's going to take more than a day. I'm just saying, or
Yeah, I was
more than a
about to say,
few
it's
days.
going to take a
Let's make
week.
some- Just make some fast friends.
Yeah, for like a minute, and then they're gonna turn on you, and then the ballistas are gonna shoot it to the market.
So, just to get some things into perspective, we're only here for tonight, correct? And then in the morning we're
the
fucking
point
off.
was we stay
Yeah.
here, we finished what we need to do. In the morning of the next day, we kick off to.
Okay, and how much left of today do we have? What time is it, Amber? Where's the sun?
I think it's like
It's 2
midday.
p.m. on your clock.
Oh, Saturday.
Okay, so
Shiny.
we have a long time. So
Gosh, how much time?
We just need to figure out how to get Lawrence inside. Okay, well, I can see some water, so
So don't worry, guys.
Second heist is about to take place
I
here.
can tell you,
I can transform into a horse.
there is a way inside. I know of it because I myself made a heist inside a higher district.
Yeah, you
But
did.
I don't know if it's a good idea to do it. Also, I'm just saying, last time we got into the higher district without any issue by just wearing fancy clothes and no one stopped us.
Or Vittorio seduces a noble lady with his just charm
With his
of
negative
being a
riz,
witcher.
with his witcher riz, he can seduce the woman.
I will now
I
go into
have
the
heard it be
Foundry Files
called-
internal charisma saving throws to Riz save.
I have heard Vittorio be called Geralt of Rivia.
Geralt of Rivia, you mean?
God damn.
Oh man.
Don't worry, guys. You're just gonna dress the part. Puts on my Reveler suit. Puts on my 10
I have some
GP hat.
very-
Oh my god. So while the party is discussing this second thing, these new plans that they have made, Tokos, do you want to go to the Dawn of the Ages?
I'd like to visit Dawn of the Ages Antique.
Lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Lucky, lucky, lucky. Alright. You roll me a D100.
I can roll you several D100s. I can roll you, in fact, as many D100s as my mouse can hold. 99.
Whoa, 99.
We said high is good, right? Like Ferris said, high is good. So this is I get a Vorpal sword that wizards can wield with intelligence.
That wizards.
Wizards, I am the Wizard of Awesomes. Yeah, you're right.
Big if sure.
Of course. Alright. You make your way over. Sorry, so you can just stay there for the time being. I guess I'm just gonna put Tokas here. Dawn of the Ages.
Oh,
Antiques.
unbelievable.
I literally too cannot believe it.
Oh,
As you are
What the fuck?
making your way over to the Dawn of the Ages, and you make way to press into the store, a very squat human with this like powdery curly hair steps outside, and they are holding this maroon colored suit, I guess, that looks grossly out of fashion. Not that you would know anything about fashion, but to those who
stop the game
knows,
right now. What do you mean by that? What are you insinuating exactly?
I'm insinuating that you lived in a hole under the ground for most of your life, so I'm afraid, Tokas, you
Yeah,
don't know too much about fashion.
you are correct.
So there you have it. So it is out of fashion, but maybe Tokas would like it. Anyway, but that little squat human is
Casual fucking
like
nabs.
rolling out of the shop with this suit, and they seem like more than like pleased with themselves for the purchase they've just made.
Amber, what is this suit? Is this a mechanical device, a mechanical
No, it's a
object, or a
suit.
magic item?
No, you're not a tailor.
Is it like the sewer suit that we have? Like
No, it's like a noble suit.
oh, it's like a attire. that
Damn,
kind of
Yes,
suit.
beat 'em up.
maroon attire.
That's
Attire.
horrible color, but you go, my guy. If you're happy, all
He
power to
seems
you.
so happy with this find.
Bless him so much. He doesn't know the blue and red are the trend right now, man.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Yeah, regardless. I'm kind of afraid, but let's go.
you press your way into the Dawn of the Ages Antiques, and here you will find hundreds of items stacked up against the walls in shelves. You will see the ceiling, which has these strange, almost like obsidian-looking points embedded within corners of the ceiling tiles. And at the very back of the store, at the counter, an individual.
Oh.
A woman.
Oh no, it's not him.
It is a woman with long blonde hair, part of which has been done up into a ponytail. She stares at you with like disinterest from across the store when you enter.
Extremely rude. But Tokus is going to walk up to the counter. He's gonna tip his hat forward a little bit and he's gonna say, good morning. I'm here because I was looking for a man named Balantour. Met him last time I went to this shop.
Uh-huh.
I look up.
What is
Is
it that
he-
you want with Balantour?
Oh, of course. Pull out his business card. I put it on the counter.
She raises one perfectly sculpted eyebrow.
Well, he made me an offer to get in business not too long ago, and I finally have the time to talk about business.
Very well. She steps out from behind the counter and walks past you, past the shelves to the front of the store, where she locks the door and like turns over the open sign. Then she walks back through the store, her heels clicking as she does so, and opens a door behind the counter to a back room.
Blink, blink.
After you, good sir.
Of course. Thank you. Chokis is gonna make his way inside. Boop, 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 boop.
That was the last time we ever saw Toka.
Yeah, yes,
Damn,
correct.
that was easy. She will lead you into the back room. Let's change a track because we don't need this this track as much as I like this track.
It was a good track.
It's a good track indeed.
Yeah, these tracks are good.
I like this track.
Very good track. What a track.
Mysterious, very much. Nope, that's definitely not the one I want. Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Why didn't we think of it sooner?
Mm.
Gabe, you need a business card for the party.
I have a business card for myself.
You need a business card for the party, though.
No, you need to register yourself at the Merchants Guild, which is what I did.
Mhm.
I could make like a adventurer's business card, I guess, but I do have a proper merchant license to do trading in the Barakian Empire. This is a great soundtrack.
I might start looking
I
around
like
for
it.
nobles to rizz up then.
Perfect. I'm going to be doing the same.
Oh,
So
I know what I'm
you are
doing.
led by the woman into a study, a holding place for maps and scrolls, and various stands in the corners of the room, which are brimming with rolls of frayed parchment and vellum. At the far back of the room is a large square table with a map covering it, and there are little flags and wooden figures pricked into various parts of the map. The woman doesn't lead you that far, though. She simply motions for you to seat yourself on a plush-looking red velvet couch right near the door.
I will do so. And I'll patiently wait to be cold, I guess.
She simply sits down on the other side,
Oh,
on an opposite chair.
of course.
She folds one leg over the other and leans back. So, what business would you like to tend to?
Oh, well, Tokus pulls out a few papers from his backpack and his trading license. Just recently, I have managed to acquire a storefront, more traveling one, to suit my needs. I was wondering if Baldur, or I suppose any of his associates, this says raising an eyebrow, would be willing to, let's say, make a deal. I'm here to look for some patronage, of course, not for free. And I was hoping that perhaps the promise of advertisement throughout Oldenheim and beyond might seem enticing for him, or anyone else, I suppose. We are quite a band of travelers and adventurers. We have been to quite a few places, from the grand city of Novostoya to the depths of the Grey Spine. We bring our name far and wide, and we might as well do so with the same of a benefactor.
Hmm. I see. And where did you say that far and wide will bring you?
Well, it could be Oltenheim. It could be up to the tribes of Vatican Vikings in the north. It could be down to Castanella or even to Morentia. Our route is not exactly well defined, but it seems like a repeating pattern that we end up from one extreme end of the world to the other.
I see. And so you and this traveling band. You would like to do business with me?
I believe so. Are you an associate of Mr. Balder, then? I am to assume? Balantur, actually, that's his name.
Oh yes, I speak for him. Not to worry.
Oh, okay.
Shape changer.
Of course. Well, that is indeed my intention. He offered to make some sort of deal with me at the start. Don't know what he had in mind, though. And yeah, I'd like to roll an insight check on this woman.
Yeah, you may. What are you trying to insight here?
I'm trying to insight if she is indeed affiliated with Balantour, and especially when she said, "Yeah, yes, of course, I do speak for him."
Okay.
Right, let's go. Oh, I was almost at 20. Like,
Almost.
Nice.
So you don't so there's nothing within her face or demeanor that indicates that she's lying. She
right?
seems at ease.
All right.
Because she chooses to have that appearance. She's a shape changer.
Of course.
Could be.
What was the train of thought that I was on? I don't remember what the last thing is that you said.
I said that Balantour offered me this
Yes,
business card.
Yes, he did say. He did mention someone like you.
Did you now? What did you
A
say?
bit of a gleam in your eye.
A gleam. Lucas starts thinking a little bit. Guess I must have left a good first impression then. He did compliment me. Oh, sorry.
Personally, a good first impression is not what I look for.
No, I mean, of course, but he did compliment me for my abilities in persuading others and purchasing my goods. At least that's what he tried to make me do, and I must believe that I did quite the outstanding performance. Did he say anything about that?
Oh yes, definitely.
I see. Well, what is it that you're looking for then?
I'm always looking for people to move more goods.
Ah, of course. I see. Well, as much as I would love to do such a thing, I'll have to admit that my carriage, so to speak, won't be ready for a good while. So sadly, I don't believe I'm fitting for the job as of now.
That That is a shame.
It truly is. But I don't believe it must be the end of our business. I'm sure we could perhaps talk about this, I guess, cargo equipment, whatever it is that you require, once I acquire what I need.
I do believe we could talk about that, yes.
Oh, pardon my rudeness as well. Tokus moves, like, he leans forward and holds out his hand. My name is Tokus Maltidop.
Tokas, can you... Tell me what your surface thoughts are.
My
Fucking
surface
knew
thoughts.
it.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. My surface thoughts. Oh, that's a great question. My surface thoughts right now is, I guess I shouldn't say it like that. Tokus's surface thoughts
Oh, says
right now.
Tokas. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, true. He's remembering that he didn't ask her name, which is what he was going to do right now.
I see.
Yeah, he holds out his hand and says, "And may I inquire yours?"
You may. She says, but does not answer the question. So,
I'm guessing you're not inclined to answer then? He raises an eyebrow.
all things are earned.
Of course. Feels a little, pardon my rudeness, it feels a little strange for a store clerk to say such things, but I suppose
Well, this is
everyone...
not a normal shop, Tokas.
Oh, I suppose that's true. I did notice that Palantir served some pretty unique services last time I visited.
Yes. If you feel so inclined, you may call me Mayram. But it is not necessary.
Tokus's ears flick for a moment as he engraves the memory in his brain. I shall do so.
I'm going to be frank with you, Tokas.
Couldn't ask for more, I suppose.
I'm not certain if you are what I'm looking for.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Was my deal not, I guess, profitable enough?
I'm concerned that you may be a little bit goody two-shoes.
Ooh.
What does Tokas think about this?
Oh. She's saying you a bitch. Saying she a fucking bitch.
What does Tokas think about this?
Well, I guess the first thing his first emotion is a little bit of annoyance because this woman doesn't know him. And the other second thought that he has at that moment is, I guess, if he starts to think if he really is a goody two shoes in that moment. He starts
questioning
assumptions.
He questions himself. He's like, am I really goody two shoes? Am I that soft looking? And he thinks for a moment. Well, I suppose I might strike that resemblance on how to look. But I believe it's part of the trade to mislead the other, especially in first appearances. It's always better to hide the fangs than show them directly.
Is that so?
Okay,
Well-
recalls the time where he butchered all those orphans. Just a fireball.
The next surface thought I have is when I fireballed that orphanage back in Nova Stoya. No one expected it because they thought I was a kid.
They thought it was
That's true. They
Zarius.
pulled me out of the burning
Yeah.
wreckage thinking I was just some fucking half-elf
Fans
orphan
to the cinematic
discard.
of
But
Zarius
no,
running
it
away
was
from
me,
the orphanage.
Barry.
And
It
Me
was
in
me.
the background
and
flaming
then
everything.
as they were all dying, he was just there eating the orphans,
Oh my
consuming them.
Damn.
Yeah.
What the fuck, guys?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
No, I think you mean what the fuck, Tokas.
No,
Yeah,
it's
me too.
okay. I need sustenance, I've got to find it somewhere.
Sustenance.
Yeah, Tokus pats, kind of pats his hand a little bit. But
What is
alas,
it?
it's a shame that I suppose I am not fitting for the job. Perhaps I might find other of my companions that might not look as well versed in I'm not sure what. I suppose. Would you mind if I let them their way? They're not exactly merchants, but we are sort of part of the same company to be.
You are certain that you are a merchant, yes?
Lucas pulls out his trading license, and he has a little bit of a smug on his face as he holds it out slightly. It says right here, doesn't it?
I don't care what a piece of paper says.
No, I'm sure you don't. I'd be glad to show
Do
you
you
more.
always take no for an answer?
He looks at the woman for a
She's
moment.
smiling just slightly.
I suppose that is a good question. Usually I attempt to barter my way through deals, but I have a few options, and when I see that I don't stand a chance, I am quite logical about it. I don't believe it's worth to waste fruitless energies in deals that, well, might very well not come to my favor nonetheless.
Do you believe that you don't stand a chance?
Well, if you believe that I am a goody two-shoes only from a first impression and without knowing me further, then I don't believe I can change your mind that much.
I suppose perhaps that is so then.
I'm afraid so. But, again, I have a few associates that might be perhaps the people you're looking for. Let's say they don't all look, let's say, frail and small like I do.
Remember what Victoria did to that bullet?
Weren't it your words that it doesn't matter how someone looks?
Truly, it doesn't.
People are goody two-shoes in their hearts.
An eyebrow raises up. You're saying you can read people's hearts?
Among other things.
Truly a merchant skill. I have to commend you.
I wouldn't be sitting here if I wasn't.
I must agree. But, let's say that usually individuals that travel in a group tend to be quite disparate. Perhaps you might find the person you are looking for in one of them. And if not, well, I'll just simply have to apologize for the time wasted. To you, of course.
Are you desperate, Tokas?
For some things.
Individuals who travel in groups are desperate, right? That's what you just said.
No, well, everyone is
words.
desperate.
Tokas.
That is correct. Everyone is
How
desperate
desperate
for.
are we talking?
Let us just say, we are all desperate for something that none of us, well, that no one at all can give us. That is why we remain desperate. And that is why we desperately stray forward. Because it's a goal that's unachievable for anyone on this earth.
Tokas,
Yes.
I'm going to need you to not use all that flowery language. And just say it as it is. Because my offer is quite simple, and I would like to keep it quite simple.
Does your offer entail knowing our deepest and darkest desires then?
You don't need to. I will do that for the both of us.
He blinks. I'm not sure I'm supposed to say such things during that tractative. I am not extremely well versed in the art of bartering, but if I lay all my chips out like this, well, I'm not sure that will go in my favor.
Keep going.
Well, there is a deal that you want to make with me. It's for sure not what I wanted to make with you or Baldator at this point. And I cannot say that I'm not interested. After all, every business opportunity is interesting to me. But I am also not the only person that has a say in this. There are 5 to 6 other people that are very well, how could I put it, connected with me and the business that I wish to make. If you truly want to make a deal with me, then it sadly won't only be me, it will be all of us.
You're making it an awful lot more complicated.
He scratches the back of his head. Oh, really? Oh, I deeply
Certainly.
apologize.
If you would like to draw more people in, why not?
I suppose the more the merrier.
Always.
Good. Then he stands up with less force than one could imagine because he's really weak. And he says, I will talk about this business, I suppose, with my companions. Many of them, let's say, are sort of in need of coin, but alas, we all are at every time of the day. I will confer to them, and I guess I will return to give you, hopefully, good news.
Very well. I look forward to us meeting again.
I look forward for our meeting as well. Hopefully, Mr. Ballanter will also be here next time. I wanted to say hello. It's been a few months.
He will be.
He nods. Great then.
Way too much effort into this.
With that, you are excused.
Nice. I'm gonna walk about 120 feet away from the shop, and the first thing I do is I'm going to cast Sending to Vittorio, and I will say, in 15 seconds, I might have a contact with the Ibn Syndicate. We'll talk about it when I get back to the camp.
Yeah, you hear back. You hear back. What? You? How the fuck did you man? All right. Well, I guess that's something. We can have some use out of that. Though I don't know if we should really be dealing with
He
That's
frowns.
out.
Yeah, should have expected that.
Oh,
Onwards.
small brain, small brain.
Uh-oh. What?
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 Small brain? What?
Small brain.
Yeah, that's why Liam is insinuating that Tokus is insinuating that Vittorius too dumb to realize that 15 seconds have passed.
I mean-
15 seconds have passed.
I mean, yeah, considering the weird sending spell that he has a thing that can use is
Nice.
weird and is 9 words.
Oh, yeah. So strange.
Very weird.
Strange.
It's
Thinking a
almost
lot.
almost like it's from somewhere else.
No. The bat
Almost
is just
as
not
if.
very good at like writing long sentences.
What?
Finally, guys, I finished it. It took me way too long, but I finished it.
Okay, let's see this meme.
Okay, where's our meme recap? Here it is.
This better be good.
Yeah, I just needed to actually say.
And yeah, I guess once Tokus gets back
There you go.
to the group, he's gonna explain what happened. Meme.
Jesus Christ.
I love it. Oh yes, I do sell books. How did you know?
That's beautiful.
I'm something
I'm
of
Mr.
a
Merchant.
bookseller
I'm merchant
myself.
myself.
I will I'll save this. Bring it up. Very good work, Mark.
Outstanding job.
Collection.
Group character development.
It's the first thing I thought of when I heard you're too good at 2 shoes to be a merchant.
Mark laughing himself.
Now do the reverse one. Just do the reverse one.
Oh,
Something along the lines of when she says she doesn't trust guys from Morencia.
oh.
When they ask you if you're a real merchant.
Why yes, of course. Alright. So
So
Toka's returned to the party.
Yeah.
Vincent is having a browse of the world map on where to go and find nobles.
Understandable.
I've got my
The
eyes on
city of
Merchant Press
nobles.
at the moment.
Tokus gets back to the party and is going to say, so I suppose that wasn't exactly the business that I had envisioned.
Uh-huh.
Well, I talked with Mr. Ballantyre a few months ago, and he gave me his business card, and either I'm dealing with the Eben Syndicate or I'm dealing with some very shady business.
Aren't those the same?
Whoa,
Aren't they the same?
Well, structurally speaking, of course not. One is an incredibly grandiose criminal organization, and this might be just a few couple people that want to smuggle some illegal goods.
I personally think there's nothing wrong with smuggling a couple goods here and there.
Of course you don't. Then you'd think that
But-
there's something wrong with yourself, and I don't believe that's what you want.
No, I'm a perfectly good individual.
No, of course, if you're smuggling the goods doesn't cause harm to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Does your coat usually bulge out that much? Vittoria says without looking at Ilmare.
Only when I'm hungry.
I see.
Well, that's a pretty interesting physiology. If you don't mind, would you talk to me about it later, maybe?
No, I think I'm alright.
Oh, my apologies then.
I was thinking about
Oh.
dancing for 8 hours, so I wouldn't have to listen to anything.
That sounds like twice the amount you usually transfer. What would happen if you do such a thing?
you're back real quick.
I simply don't have to listen to what anyone says for 8 hours.
Isn't it better to just take a stroll then?
Yes, I suppose I could take a stroll.
Well, I'm not inviting you to, I appreciate your company here.
I personally wouldn't recommend walking around this city unattended as an elf.
Actually, I could need some
It's-
help with someone who knows their way around taverns and alcohol pretty well, so I might need use of you.
Well,
Yeah, you might have
Vincent,
to come and walk with me before someone snatches you down an alleyway, and before you know it, you're sold in the slave market.
Exactly, that's
I'm
why I
not.
need you to protect me, Ilmari.
Oh, you think that I will not be get snatched up too?
Look at you. They'll think twice about snatching you, but have you seen me?
No,
Between these-
look at me. They will think twice about snatching me and see how absolutely gorgeous I am, and snap me up twice as fast.
You know,
well,
I
I
did
mean, if we're
read-
side by side, Ilmari, they would definitely snatch me up first.
Yeah, because you
did
are
read a
smaller,
tale.
you are easy to grab.
And I have an incredibly charming smile, but other than that,
Is that what it is? Oh,
Mm-mm.
alright.
yes, but I need your expertise on alcohol.
I suppose I do have that.
I'm glad we're all
Mhm.
able to recognize the parts of each other that are better than our own.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Oh,
Great positive speech. So back to the criminal organization I had to deal with. What are we going to do about it?
And didn't we drop off Siren somewhere here?
So did they
It
offer
was
you?
maybe a year ago. I don't believe he's still alive. And if he is, then perhaps he's back to Morentia.
I mean, maybe you could give him a call.
And why would I do that?
Well, maybe he can help us out.
The siren that spent his days saying that he sold books when he evidently didn't. The worst liar in the planet.
I mean,
Also the
yeah,
word
that guy.
merchant.
He's like a merchant, like
It's-
you.
Have you ever seen merchants?
He's like a
anything?
merchant like you.
I mean, back of the matter at hand. Did this person offer you any business, or are we like no ties?
Well, of course, I came here to seek business, so of course they did. Though I believe the meaning of business was somewhat warped in the middle of the conversation, and they wanted me, and therefore us, to smuggle some illegal cargo, I believe. At least this is my assumption. But if it wasn't illegal cargo, they wouldn't have brought me to the back of the shop, said the shop was closed, and began speaking in a very quiet and silent tone.
Well, considering how these lot reacted when I stole a mango, I don't think we've got any chance about smuggling stuff.
well,
You stole a
You
what?
stole a mango?
He stole a mango. Sorry, it's not.
How would you go and steal a mango?
Because
I
he
thought
was
it was
hungry,
free.
why else?
Well, you said you stole a mango, so you evidently knew that it wasn't free.
Well, I didn't, and then someone told me that they weren't free, and I already ate it by the time that happened.
So you went back and paid for the mango, correct?
No, of course not. He should have been better at looking for his own goods. That's his own fault.
All right. Well,
Vincent.
I look at Zarius. I give him the look of, you know what to do. I look back at Vincent. I suppose that's true.
Well, I heard Vincent was planning to go to a tavern, see if he could chat up some nobles.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah,
be a
to
real
help-
shame if someone
help
stole all your
Lawrence,
belongings when you
eventually.
were drunk.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I'll help him out.
All my belongings. I look at my back, my single halberd, and my backpack that contains nothing.
Are you sure you still have your coin
But
pouch?
this makes it all the more worse when you get robbed of all your belongings.
Well, if you have no belongings whatsoever, I suppose it's lenience a blow.
Joke's on you
Oh.
guys. You can't steal off of a nomad that doesn't have anything of value.
Well, your organs are
Zarius
actually quite valuable. I'll
looks
let you
at
know.
you for a moment and says, "Okay."
I'll let you know your innards are actually
Oh my
quite
God.
valuable.
you know, stealing aside and all of that. Okay. Ebon Syndicate, you say. Might be Ebon Syndicate.
Might be. There was no real, identification, and usually they wouldn't let themselves found out like this,
Well,
especially not by like me. But my first guess, and possibly the most educated one, is that since the Eben Syndicate spreads pretty much everywhere across the world, it might have been connected to them at least. I don't believe there's much smuggling done without approval from them, at least.
Do you think it might be related to a certain noble woman?
well, she did utilize. No, he doesn't say utilize. She did use them she got some information from them.
Well, I don't believe that is the case. If there is still a bounty on our head and those are assassins, I wouldn't be here right now.
I think it's less about assassins, it's more about the fact of, please do this thing for me, and then we go to do the thing, and, bad stuff happens.
That sounds overly complicated. They could just simply make bad stuff happen to me at the moment, and then to the rest of
but
you, of course.
why?
I'd say, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. We have been, well, at least I've been thinking of maybe ways we could get in contact. But at the same time, considering that particular noble makes use of them, she might hear a thing or two. Then again, there's already an open, well, not open, but a contract out.
Whatever it might be, if I had the coin in my pocket, then I'd say that they would serve the one with the highest bidding. But at first, I don't believe you can outbid her. And second of all, I don't wish to doubt the loyalty of this syndicate.
Well, I'd say it's at least worth thinking about and seeing if we can't maybe come to some kind of agreement once we're back here and actually have our transportation.
Wait. So we're okay with smuggling things that could be illegal, but we're not okay with taking a mango. That's where we're standing. That's where we're standing morally, right?
To put
Well,
it,
to say, I don't mind you taking the mango.
Also-
I don't care.
Also, Vincent, to kind of to show what we mean is, we, and then he says it in a low voice, carried around a cursed artifact that was made by people or children being killed and their misery poured into one object, and we sold it for favors.
we haven't sold it.
No, I thought we sold it for favors.
Nope.
It was
No.
made
We
by a
couldn't.
demon, actually.
She
Oh.
wasn't. Well, she didn't want the thing.
Well, so we're still carrying
Said-
around.
Yeah.
She says it's the most. It's like
Yeah.
super messed up, really cool, but
Yeah.
like I don't care.
Yeah, like he's like, and we're still carrying that around.
You
correct.
guys really need to sort out your moral compass.
But there's
It's
a difference
sort out.
from there's a difference between not stealing, but selling goods that aren't completely allowed versus actually taking someone's stuff.
But
No, yeah, I see the line clearly. It's perfect.
Vincent, put it in the simplest perspective. That seller, sure, it's probably a drop in the bucket for him, but for some people, it might not be. Maybe someone scrounged up enough money to put together a stall, sell their stuff, and then someone strolls by and takes something without paying.
Well, Vincent doesn't strike me as a person that would steal from the poor, right? You value freedom so much, you know that poor people need money to buy their freedom.
Exactly. I knew the first thing that you guys told me when we walked into this place that everyone here is basically rich.
That is factually correct. Well, in Gildreth, at least. In Antidom, it's quite the opposite. I wish to visit Larsen, maybe, this tonight. My business with, well, what was supposed to be a dwarf shopkeeper didn't go that well. So perhaps he is going to listen to me.
Well, in any case, I say we have a think about it, and then maybe they can set up a meeting once we're back here the second time.
I suppose so. I told her we'd think about it, so the offer has not been rejected yet. Nor I believe I give her any reason to doubt the fact that, anything really. I'm not really sure what she was supposed to doubt. But Nonetheless, I suppose it's something we could take into consideration. We are not exactly rich as of now after our latest expenses, but I also don't exactly appreciate smuggling cargo that could be possibly harmful to other people.
Oh, I'm not for smuggling. Before Vincent actually says that, I don't think that's a good idea. Not because I'm morally not okay with smuggling, but also we're in too much shit already and I don't want to get into more shit.
That I approve. Though I have to thank smuggling because most of smugglers import very exotic goods. Most of the times, laws can be pretty idiotic about what is not allowed and what is allowed to be sold in place.
Yeah.
Especially when those laws are built specifically for the benefit of people in power, and a lot of smuggling at the end of the day is just getting around tax.
This is why it's useless to talk about moral compasses, because one compass will direct the other, and then we'll be stuck in an infinite loop. So, we just better act for what we think is good. But I believe those were my plans for today. I am mostly ready to go. If you all are going out to the tavern, please do not drink too much. We'll have to wake up early. Prepare the animals, plural, I suppose.
I
No?
have no intention of getting drunk. The intention is to get nobles drunk so that we can get into the main quarter to get Lawrence his fancy robes.
Here's
The goal is
thought, just for you guys, but my suggestion, because from my understanding, there's only one tavern of like super importance, a note in the inner district, and that's the Seraph's Choir. So I was thinking that it would be good to hit up one that is near the gate, like the Choosy Otiug, or the Lucky Leap, or the Sephi, because they're near the gate, and we can easily transition from that tavern, which is nearby the inner district, but not in the inner district, to the inner district.
Sife's a pretty nice place. It's a bathhouse.
Oh.
Oh, it's a nice place.
Oh, I saw the thing.
Sife's is a bathhouse.
Yeah,
Oh, we
you
went
just
there
double
last
click
time.
it. Yeah, you've been there before.
Yeah.
You can,
With the Dreamlanders, I think.
Lovely.
Wait,
Took us-
there's like a bathhouse?
Took us
What?
raises up
No
our
way.
they
hand.
do baths.
We're gonna carouse at the bathhouse, guys.
I'm not against the idea of a bath, but do tell me, how do you plan on acquiring the robes that have been guarded for many years in the ruins of Aurelia?
I
That's a good
don't
point.
know anything about the contents of the robes or who's guarding them, really. I assumed you just didn't know. Do you actually know?
What exactly do you wish to know?
Are they gonna... I'm assuming I can't just go in there and take them?
Correct.
Who's going to stop me from doing that?
I believe there is a clergy of Aurelia. Not sure if it's Heartkeepers or not.
Isn't
but
it a ruin, though?
if there is a relic of a deceased goddess, do you really think they would just leave it there without anyone attending to it?
Well,
good
I mean,
point.
I'm just trying to figure out what I know versus what I can assume here, Tokas.
Right, correct. Well, here's what I assume. I assume that there is a ample, sizable contingent of clergy of Aurelia, perhaps Heartkeepers, perhaps a different branch, that will vehemently refuse when you ask them politely for the robes that you have no connection with.
Just so I can get my really small brain around this, what are these robes exactly and why do we want them?
Well, the robes are one of the artifacts belonging to the city of Graffendom. They're more like an historical object than anything else. I learned firstly about them at the Purple Bookworm when I went with another group, the Dreamlanders, praise their soul. I searched through a tome that listed different important and notable items belonging to the city, especially in Gildreth and the upper districts. There I learned about the robes of Aurelia, robes gifted to a priestess, a Heartkeeper, a long time ago by the goddess herself. These robes apparently possess the power of making their wearer fly, as far as I know, at least. I haven't identified them, nor have I seen them up close. But Lawrence is interested in them for their divine origin. At least I believe so.
Thank you, Tokas, for filling Vincent in. I was afraid I might not be able to do so in such precision. But yeah, my as for what I can actually speak of, I believe that each of the divine beings that predate the Seraphs are maybe trapped or in some kind of sleeping or stasis, or they're basically incapacitated, I'm thinking, in some sort of way. And I was thinking in our quest to, well, save the world, we get all the help we can get. I've reached out to a few of the divinities and gotten mixed responses. But I haven't tried reaching out to any of the old gods, the ones that aren't around anymore. And I was thinking if I had a powerful vestige of their power, like these robes of Aurelia are supposed to be, I might be able to make some kind of contact, in the same way I can do so with the Star Child, if the conditions are right.
Well, Lawrence, not to rain on your parade, but I don't believe seeking connection with the four great of the Burek is a great idea. Actually, it might be quite the opposite. I'm not sure if you're updated to the last acts of violence caused by Gult before his pupil, I suppose, was murdered on the throne.
Yeah, I'm aware of Gult and the troubles, but I don't believe Aurelia performed any such heinous acts before her final moments. I believe she sort of just vanished unless you know something in particular.
Well, if memory doesn't fail me at this point, and remember, I don't remember what I actually learned or didn't, so be free to stop me at any point. If I remember correctly, the last thing I heard of Aurelia is that she was dead.
That's definitely not Burek propaganda approved.
Understandable.
The gods are resting. They don't want to talk
They're
to us
rested.
because we have sinned.
Yeah,
Yep.
but we know what's
A
up.
little
We know
sleepy.
that Gold, for example, had an entire tyranny going on until the Emperor was assassinated.
Yep. Most assuredly, there was a fucking civil war going on where the gods were fighting because all the people were fighting. They were merely reflection of one another.
Of course.
Only by Aurelia's divine grace and her sacrifice, putting everyone to sleep for our sins.
So she did sacrifice herself? What kind of sacrifice did they spread the voice of?
And this sounds a little familiar.
Only the greatest sacrifice.
Huh.
But guys, I'm sure we can discuss this over a nice hot bath.
It's
Yeah,
been
nice hot bath time.
10 minutes, Zorius, and it's like 2 in the afternoon. Do you want to go drink in the afternoon?
It's
Well, the thing is-
3:30 by now.
3:30 in the afternoon?
Also,
Yeah,
we
the
gotta
clock keeps on ticking.
we don't just gotta take a bath. We're just also there to see if there's any noble women or
In
men.
the middle of the afternoon.
Women.
I'm not sure
man.
you
You want
have...
to go into the woman's side? I don't
was
think
about
you're
that.
allowed.
You could.
No, it's.
Do you guys want to go to Sipes?
I mean, Zarius for Zarius, it's pretty normal to have men and women bath in the same place, right? In Amber Kern, yeah, it's they bath in the same place. What do you mean?
Perhaps Vikings do, but in more civilized countries...
Oh, Valicans. Watch your
Valicans?
language. They don't like that. You can't use that word with them.
That's
Only they can use that word. Okay?
I didn't think you were so well versed in the Vatican culture. My apologies. Well, I do believe that if you wish to
Read a book once.
carouse with a certain nobles and perhaps inebriate them with a promise of alcohol, it's much better to do it late at night when people seek respite and are more inclined to drink.
What do you mean alcohol?
What? That's what we're talking about, correct? Going to taverns and making people drink?
Well, I was just planning on talking up a woman, but feeding them drunk is totally morally fine too.
Zarius,
What?
as much as I respect you, I don't believe
I
that
don't
a noble...
respect you.
As much as I respect you,
That
I don't
last
believe
part was sarcastic.
Of course.
Oh, well, what do we want to do then? Just wait, enjoy the market a bit. Could do that.
I was thinking that we could go into a place where nobles are frequenting for leisure, not necessarily a tavern, because
That's
our
literally
goal.
anywhere in town.
Yeah, but
Well-
like nobles that can like get us into the inner district and will
Yeah,
take us into the inner district.
Like the bathhouse, which
I mean-
was talking about. Sorry, Squints.
Or the Lucky Leap, which is next door.
Oh well, yeah, but bathhouse seems like a more in the afternoon is likely getting you more people.
Mm,
Well,
How about I propose you this? You
Nope.
guys can think about all you want again, and have a whole discussion about which place you want to go to, and I am gonna go and get pizza.
okay.
Okay,
Cool.
but yeah, we could just go to Safeys. Like that was what I was
Sive.
talking about. Sives. We've been at Sives. I know Sives. Just go to Sives. Sives is actually closely related to a noble house.
It's a bathhouse, so it's understandable that nobles would be there. But also, let me be honest, you are Dragonborn. What kind of noble woman from Grafendam do you want to raise up? There's no chance.
Sorry, it's just that, is that a challenge?
Oh,
Just saying, as much as I respect you, I don't believe with the racism that runs through the blood of the Burakians, there's a lot of chances to swoon noble women. Of course, there might be the exception to the rule, but those exceptions, believe me, you do not want to meet. And as much as I believe it is morally wrong, of course, to try to seduce people by inebriating them with alcohol, if that is the plan that Vincent is going about. Then-
No, I wasn't planning on seducing anyone. I was planning on making friends.
Yeah, of course.
The plan is not to seduce. My plan is to have a conversation with someone who will be inclined to invite us into the inner quarter because of them liking us.
I will
That's
just say,
seducing them in a different way.
I believe last time I simply walked into the upper district without a problem.
Huh? You just
we don't have to do this at all. We can just walk
you can
in.
just walk in?
Have I not told you the heist that I partook in Grafendam?
You
No,
did.
You're
but
a
if you're
thief!
but if you're telling me that we could just walk in through the gates, then let's just fucking go.
Well, if memory doesn't fail me, last time I remember, we simply dressed extremely fancily and walked through the golden swords of Gildrith, and nothing really happened.
No one
We-
questioned you?
Well, I'm not really sure if it happened or not, but I do remember that we went up to... Now I don't remember what kind of temple I visited, but I know it was somewhere. Oh, yeah, the Mirror of the Speaker. Well, I don't know about that, but I do remember we had a sort of event to attend to. Are you familiar with the Minaret of the Speaker?
No, never heard of it.
Are you familiar with Dr. Stein, anonymous biomancer and famous creator of so many spells and magic?
No.
Tokas, you
No,
know me
yeah.
enough. Yeah, you know me enough at
shouldn't-
this point.
My apologies. I shouldn't have expected this much. That tower, and he points at the enormous tower that is in the middle of the upper district of Grafendam. Well, not middle, around the walls.
That is the minaret of the speaker. That's where they make announcements, and that is also some sort of museum of a great magician, Dr. Stein, inventor of the School of Biomancy. At least it's assumed so. They do tours, and so they invite people to take part in this event. So if we are lucky, we might be able to simply get a ticket, and once the tour is over, or even before that, if no one has interest in it, stroll around a little bit, take a walk, and then go take a look at the ruins of Aurelia's Respite.
Well, that simplifies things incredibly. If I knew that we could just walk in there by looking fancy, then I would have never suggested anything else.
Well, I suppose that's true. Though I did have extremely flamboyant companions at the time.
I have nice clothes.
I know exactly what you mean.
Thank you. Flamboyant, not in the sense of fashion, of course. Well, some, yes.
Also fashion. I mean, you've seen Mask.
Agreeable, yes.
They can do both.
True. Well, that is correct, though. I suppose Unit, his presence, or their presence, also helped a bit.
We have Vittorio.
You mean Unit the robot?
I mean, Unit the Warforged.
I'm sorry, I don't know Unit that well.
It's all right, but having a automaton companion with a consciousness of itself, I suppose, isn't something quite akin to commoners in Graffendom.
I just look at Ilmari and then back. I feel like if we stride in on a automaton horse, that gives us enough of a.
Look at Elmari. I could accompany her.
Well, I think the plan is that we all do.
Yes, but like musically, the Elven Avenger.
Let's say that we do not want to attract too much attention. We want to attract attention.
No,
speaking.
That's my incognito reason. I'm not actually going to be like playing, but I'll be like
God.
her. What do you mean? Thank God.
Thank God that you're not, because Sarius, we don't want to play, and I don't want this to turn into like a play.
No, I'm not.
It is no matter, Zorius, if it's an opportunity for your name to spread amongst the highest circles of Graffendom, I do not reject that offer. In fact, I quite welcome it. If there's anyone that will question us, especially of noble variety, and they take your music to the liking, they might offer you jobs or other requests that might be lucrative for you, for us, or for many other people. It's a business opportunity that you shouldn't skip over.
So, people are quite easily convinced if we just look the part.
Well, that's pretty much everywhere, isn't it?
As long as we act the part and look the part, we should be able to get in without really turning too many heads. Just don't make a big show about it.
That's, I believe, how it went last time. We will need a ticket to the minaret, I suppose, or at least its visit. I don't know if it's going on right now, though.
Well, if people have them, I could always pick up a ticket quite easily from someone who's lost track of theirs.
Well, it's not about the quantity of the tickets. It's more about the availability of the service. The visit at the minaret is not too often. I believe last time it was a good coincidence and we landed exactly on the day that it happened. If we are lucky, then it perhaps might still be going on. And Tokus kind of leans in closer. If we do not wish to go through the gates, I also know of a secret passage inside the northern gate.
Why don't we just do that then?
Well, because it's a waterlogged tunnel. Last time, I believe 2 of us almost drowned.
Also, even let's say the racism is very heavy in the inner circle. Let's say I pop up in the inner circle. He then just kind of like makes no noise or like makes like a what then motion with his arms.
Well, I'm just saying, having your name at a table of a important noble never hurts. Especially when they want to hire you for a gala.
Well,
event.
yes, but if I sneak in, I'd be, there illegally, and I stand out.
Well, yes, that's why I guess we should look the part. Though I believe before we plan this entire heist, we should.
Can't you turn into a cat or something?
That is.
That's
Can you-
very demeaning.
How is it?
I have never been. I don't know. I've never tried turning
Azarius.
into a cat.
Both my pockets are already taken, so maybe turn into.
You could turn into a fine breed of dog.
Turn
That
into a
will surely
spider and crawl
deceive some-
past them. They're not going to bat an eye at a spider walking across the.
I
tail
can
like
I
a
can
dog.
be like the swingy spider.
Yeah, there you go. Sorted.
Douglas thinks about it for a moment. Could you perhaps turn into a bird? Do some reckon. Maybe look above the ruins and see if there's anyone overkeeping the robes.
Sure, that would be very useful.
Sar's gonna focus, and then he's just there like, no.
Huh. Douglas frowns. You can turn into spiders, but you can't turn into a bird.
No, I don't think so. I just
Any reason why is that? Do you not like birds?
no. I'm trying. No.
Right. Well, I suppose you can turn into a spider and then it can make you fly. It's not going to be much difference. Nature is really confusing, isn't it?
Well, yes.
I will never understand it. And I'm an alchemist myself. Baffling. Well, I suppose it would be a plan. I could have you turn into something very small, then make you fly over the walls, and hopefully...
Why? If I'm small, I can just crawl into your clothes.
True, but we would need to actually enter into the higher district. I'm speaking about what to do before that. We don't know what kind of layout the ruins are. We don't know if there's anyone to guard it. And we don't know if the robes of Aurelia are actually there.
You want me to scout?
It might just be propaganda. That's a
Or it
very
might
good
be a
point.
very old book.
So you want me to scout?
Yes, I would like you, the spider the size of a prick needle, to scout the ruins.
The spider the size of a prick needle that moves at the size of that moves at the speed of a spider the size of a prick needle.
That moves at a speed of roughly 60 feet per 60 seconds. Per 6 seconds.
Flying spiders. Sorry, it's like a little bit of a face like, oh.
That is why I believe nature is a bit foolish. Can't let you turn into a bird, but can let you turn into a spider that flies.
I mean, that could be the case. Would
There
a
you go.
blue banded line spider not kind of stand out?
I believe a common spider would be much better.
It's a possibility. So, okay. The plan now is that while everyone dolls up, I fly in as a spider to
Correct.
look at the Chrysalia's rest. Aurelia's respite. You see if I can find the robe.
Exactly. Gather as much information as you can and then report to us. I don't believe we should do any preparation until we know for certain that the robes are there and the location is not too heavily guarded. We also will need an excuse to walk into the gate if there are guards. Sometimes there are patrols over the Golden Swords. So if we are caught at the gates without any, let's say, reason, we might look the part, but they might begin to interrogate us.
Okay. Also, I can only turn into a spider for an hour.
Well, I believe that a flying spider would be enough for 1 hour. I mean, it's not too far away from the gates. We might stop at the rivers, and I will do my magic trick.
I mean, yes, but I also fear that, let's say I do get caught, right? Let's say I do get
Sarius,
caught.
if you don't want to do it right, you don't have to.
That is also correct.
It's more. Let's say I do get caught,
As
and
a
they
spider.
are as racist as Tokas says they are.
That is also quite correct.
I am in a lot more trouble than if you were to get caught.
Well, I can't turn into a spider.
Well,
How are they
yes,
going
but
to? How are they
you're
going to
already
catch
like
you for a
half the
spider?
size of a spider. You're already like twice the size of a spider.
I'm quite more the size of a spider. Approximately 173 times the size of a spider.
I feel like you're overthinking it. No one's going to think second thoughts about a spider. Why would you get caught?
That is also something I've been wondering.
Okay, what? I missed it because my headset unplugged.
I said, why are you thinking that you're going to get caught? No one's going to bat an eye at a spider.
Well, yes, but I only have 1 hour to investigate.
Well,
Not
they
like I
don't
can
need.
I keep track of time in my head, like
don't-
accurately.
You don't have a whole hour. You will have 10 minutes because then my spell will run off.
I have
But
10 minutes.
in that meantime, you can for sure look over the respite, see if the robes are there. If they are runes, they probably don't have a ceiling or infrastructure of that sort. It shouldn't be too hard to simply look for roughly 15 seconds and then come back.
I mean, okay. I can look, yeah, no problem.
Amazing.
This spider actually, did you know that blue banded spider has amazing eyesight?
That's wonderful. How noticeable is a blue band spider?
It's
It's
like this
blue
size,
bands.
and he does it's like this size, and he makes like between his fingers, like not that big.
Well, I suppose you will pick the best shape you believe is fitting.
The shape you believe that is most fitting.
Also, Lawrence, how exactly do you plan to acquire these robes if they are indeed guarded by the Heart Keepers?
I will ask for them.
And
I
if
like
they
how
refuse,
I will ask harder.
what if they simply refuse to give them, no matter how hard you ask? Because I don't believe asking harder is much achievable.
I will. I was thinking I could maybe I ask their god if they're okay with it.
What?
Tokus blinks, his eyes widen. You could talk to Aurelia?
No, but when I'm that close to the ropes, I might be able to.
Do you think they're gonna let you touch the ropes?
I'm pretty quick when I need to be.
So you're saying you're going to unlawfully grab the ropes?
I'm going to position myself within proximity to the robes.
So, practically speaking, you don't really have an idea.
I don't, because I don't really know what I'm walking into.
Um,
But we'll know soon.
I
And we can come up with a plan then.
Yeah,
Yes.
two things. Tora says as he takes a bite from the apple. He was nomming
You
on.
also bought one?
Yeah, he bought a couple before, yes. He's like, so guys, didn't you say the last time you and the Dreamlanders were in there and whatnot that there's no magical, actually there's no flying at all, right?
No, that is incorrect. There is no flying around the perimeters of the minaret of the speaker. That is because it held an artifact of greater power, or so I believed, but it was simply a very pretty firework at the top. It also is filled with magical implements belonging to Dr. Stein, and so they do not wish for any creature of any size to fly into the tower from the top.
But
That's just
you're
the tower, right?
That is correctly what I said.
are you sure about that? I mean,
I am quite sure that there is no dome of invisible force that surrounds the entire higher district, or else we wouldn't have been able to fly off the tower and away. Astokus points at the birds flying in the sky above the high districts. See, there is a reason why pigeons and other avians avoid the tower. That is because it has been reported multiple times that birds have been found dead at the bottom of it.
I look.
Smashed into
Amber, are there
space.
birds flying around?
I don't know if Amber's back yet.
Pizza time.
There are no birds there. At least that's.
No, there are no birds there. Is what Amber said in Stargazers.
In the sky or at the bottom of the tower?
I assume in the sky. Amber.
Yeah, just gotta wait.
Yeah, in the sky. There
Right,
are no birds
Tokus
flying
looks up.
around.
Must be a pretty clean day then.
I'd like this plan less and less.
Well,
Believe in
I have
Tokus.
flown out of the High District, so I can tell you pretty much that it's safe.
I mean,
The only reason I'm against this plan is because we have no idea how we're going to get the robes if we get in.
That's exactly why I was about to say that unless we have a pretty pragmatical plan of getting these robes, I believe this whole endeavor is futile.
also Amber pointed out a pretty big distinction there. Gliding.
Yeah,
Gliding.
I know.
Yeah, gliding is not flying.
I know.
Yeah.
It's also not magical flying, you know.
I mean,
Well.
Yeah.
The Toka's actively being like, yeah, I think Sari should just die.
No, you're not gonna die.
Okay, mm-hmm. As for what Vittorio says in character to about the plan, he's like, yeah, I mean, I don't think that we should try and relieve them of it from their hands forcefully. That's probably not the best idea, especially not now. Might be something to consider when we are back here, but
That is quite correct. I mean, I would never consider forcefully taking relics of a slumbering goddess, yes, away from its resting place, especially if there are indeed heart keepers around it. You know how fervent they can be. We've heard about their tales down in Blacklaw.
Alright, well, let's minimize the
True.
plan.
What if
Let's
we-
get in to identify whether the robes are there. Let's
Lawrence
follow that.
has an idea. If there are Hearthkeepers there, what if we told them about the vault and that there are no more brothers and sisters to take care of this?
And what would that do for us? I don't
Well,
believe they would go directly to the vault.
I believe I would personally feel better about then relieving them of their sworn duty if there are any there. I don't mean killing them. Don't assume that, please. That came out wrong. I mean taking away their purpose for guarding it by removing the item, I guess.
While it sounds very promising, there's a few problems. Number one, they are not going to accept such an offer from a person that does not belong to their faith. Number two, they're not going to let you relieve this object. They will probably simply wait until other heart keepers come to take their place. Number three, they might very well simply send a letter to their higher ups, probably higher rankings in the church, and they will dispatch other heart keepers to go down into the Blacklaw Mountain. Number four, we also might not want clerics of a, well, religion that did some pretty unspeakable things back in Blacklaw Mountain during the age of the 9 Archmages, especially if there are people that might not be considered exemplars of virtue down in the Enclave, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
That would probably complicate things.
But we won't know until we find what's actually there.
That is correct.
Could be something we haven't even considered.
Yeah, well, all we need to do is get in there to even get any idea what is what.
That is also
I try
correct.
just walking in. some nice clothes on, like you said.
We might try, but I have to admit, last time I was lucky and we had the excuse of the visit to the minaret. We're not as lucky this time, and I don't know if the minaret is open to visits now.
Well, I suppose I have a letter I need to drop off. Amber, do I remember the... how do I remember? God damn it. My brain, can I please form a coherent sentence? What was the name of the nobles who own Eric? I believe they had there was a particular name for their mansion.
Was it Gorso?
No.
Was it Wilthammer?
It might have been Wilthammer. Let me check.
Wilting Hammer.
Wilt.
With a Y.
Why, Wilt, why?
Why, Wilt? Why?
Wilthammer. God damn.
Vasily wants to go to the bathhouse.
Understandable, but sadly we're not going to
strong.
bathhouse.
That's too bad
we
because
are
he's
going
going
to the
there.
bathhouse.
He's going there right now, with or without
I'm joining
you.
Vasily. I'm joining Vasily. Oh yeah.
The plan
he knows
derailed
what's up.
immediately. We're not going there anymore.
Yeah.
Vasily, we're going to the bathhouse.
Vasily doesn't want to be in your fucking plan. He wants to go to the bathhouse. That's what he wants.
Vasily, I agree with you.
Then let them go.
Eric, come on, what's his fucking name? I'm annoyed that I can't find this.
It's okay. You can think about it, but we understand that you need to go to Eric's offers.
No, that was basically that might be an in that I have a letter and I need to deliver it to that place. And
It would go through the city's postal service.
God damn it,
Through
Amber.
you.
I was about to say,
deliver at home.
either a guard stops you and say, "I'll do it myself."
Yeah.
Fine.
So last time Torgas managed to get in without any guards being in the way, but this time there's guards. Yes.
Well, we don't know if
Most
there's.
assuredly.
Oh, they're on. Never mind.
I mean, we could stand here and go back and forth
Yeah.
like 600 times. There could be guards. There are guards.
Yeah.
Security has significantly tightened in
After
the
the
months
last
after
time.
after someone robbed one of the city's artifacts
Very fair.
from the inner city.
Don't worry, Vasily. We got a plan, and that's going to the bathhouse.
Yeah, Vasily's going to the bathhouse. He
There's
feels really
also-
self-conscious though at the bathhouse.
There's also
I'll be back real quick.
there is also, or there was, I assume there's maybe still maybe a serial killer on the loose. So that's also
No, wasn't that
They
on-
did arrest some people, like multiple people,
Oh,
in for that may or may not be the killer, but
I also heard that the mayor of Grafendom was just poisoned recently, like this afternoon, and he died incredibly painfully.
Oh, that's so weird. Huh.
so
Yeah.
rough.
What
Yeah,
a
yeah.
coincidence.
Well, they said he tasted a bit like purple worm when they had a taste, but
Oopsie. Well, unfortunately, Grafendam doesn't have one mayor, so that's
Nice.
kind of rough.
Let me see.
They have a grand mayor.
a mayorage.
I mean,
It's literally just the aristocracy comes
But-
to decisions together.
That's bullshit.
but I mean,
Sorry, they
not
can't have a king, because they have the emperor of the Bureau is technically their leader. So
but I mean, yeah, out of character, there's literally nothing stopping us from going up to the gate and seeing if we can, get inside, while being dressed up, and then see if we can even get anywhere close to the actual ruins. And hey, if we can't, if any of those steps fail, then I mean, we have time to think of a proper plan, for after we're back from Blackwall.
Right? Yeah. I guess we can do that. We can show up to the doors, well dressed.
That's what we've been waiting for.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
Do we go to the bathhouse first or after?
I think we're
I'm
going
not
to the
if you guys
bathhouse.
if you two are going to the bathhouse now, I'm not
Yeah,
going
we
to the
go to the
bathhouse. So then,
bathhouse first.
what? Why? Why?
Well, if you
Because-
think about it, if you want to
Need a
pass off as
bath.
nobles, we need
No,
to
but
be
I need to
clean
look
and,
nice.
and perfumed,
Yeah.
right?
I've been in a fucking mountain for the last 7 years. I don't know when you on, my guy.
That's true. I mean, to be
The only
fair,
bath that you guys have gotten in the Black Hole Mountain, I'm gonna tell you, was in the river, and that was like cold. It's like
No, I was
cold,
about to say,
hard
I'm in
flowing
the
water.
bathhouse.
It was literally just like hang off a fucking piece of rope in the
it's
river
okay.
to get
Just
clean.
just think that it's for the deception. We need to look noblish, and so we need to smell good and look clean and ordered, and so we need to get groomed. And so we're gonna get groomed at the at Sifis, whatever the name is,
Sipes.
Sifes. There you go. And
Sure,
then we're
let's
gonna
go.
go to the gate.
Let's
There
go.
you go.
Let's
Remember,
get
you
groomed.
see,
Go.
Sipes is short enough a word that it has too few syllables in it,
Mhm.
for it to be correctly spoken.
What do
Sure,
you
we
mean?
go to Sives and we get groomed.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you take the grooming option. Fantastic.
We take
What do you
Vasily
mean by that?
explicitly goes to the male only section because he's afraid of women. So that's rough.
okay.
Mixed bath.
Tokas goes explicitly to the male section because he's afraid of women.
Lawrence goes to the male only section because I don't know. Am I afraid of women? I guess.
Come on, Vittorio, don't leave me hanging here, man.
Ilmara will go with
literally
you.
make it.
Ilmara goes with you, Zarius. She doesn't
Nice.
care.
Yeah, I think
Bodies are bodies.
Victoria's used to the mixed section.
What kind of baths do you all guys go with? This
No,
just mixed
it-
sessions. It's incredible.
It's not as much about
So
the
many
bath
perverts
per
at this
se,
party.
but yeah. Also,
Zarius is normal.
also Vittorio is for being Vittorio, he probably looks a bit uncomfortable, and that's mostly because
If you want, you can also get a special package where you can get like just a bath to yourself.
I
you
thought
know?
he
Like,
looked
you can
uncomfortable
you can
all the
rent
time.
private. You can rent private baths. It's gonna be more expensive though.
Zarius is gonna
No,
look at
he-
Vittorio's like, do you need me to wash your hair or?
I'll just go into the mix because I mean Vincent literally oozes confidence anyway. So
Yeah. Same.
Vittoria's like, no, I can fix my hair.
I mean, it's very relaxing if someone else does it.
I suppose. And yeah, he's like he has like a towel around his neck that's it's draped in a way so that it goes down the middle of his chest a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy.
I love how the three most heavily scarred men are in the mixed section.
What do you mean? I have
Says
no
me while
scars.
I'm walking in the man's bathroom with a row of teeth across my body.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah,
No,
I think all of you
I
are
know
pretty
exactly what
scarred
you
up.
mean.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Then
good.
you got Lawrence with a giant fucking sunburst on his chest.
Yeah.
You got Vasily. I mean, Vasily kind of just looks like he's way too frail. He looks like this man hasn't eaten in like 6 years.
Yeah, I saw his
So
elbow
there's that.
earlier today. It's pretty fucked up. Not gonna lie. It was pretty terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Really needs to eat more, man.
He was pretty handsome though. It was a good scene. Anyway,
Oh my god.
then we have Tokas who has a giant freaking bullet bite scar all over his body now.
I'm so cool. I
We have
joined the Scar gang.
Vittorio, who's been torn asunder. Like straight down the middle.
He has the
Then we have
entire sundering
Zarius.
tattooed on his body.
Zarius, whose tail is hanging in by 2 threads. You know.
Not just that, but his chest is also covered in puncture scars because that's what he burned fate on the first time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. He also got punctured there. Then we have Vincent, who I think is the least scarred member of the entire party.
I only have one scar from the bullet, and that's it.
Yeah, you got 1 scar from the bullet, and then we have Ilmara, who has to take off her arm because one of her arms is not her actual arm, so she only has 1 arm, and she's also decently scarred up in the chest and throat area. So all of you go to the bathhouse. You can get a regular bath. So regular, it's a one-time entrance fee. It's 5 silver pieces. You can go to the sinew soother for 1 gold piece. That's a
sinew
nice little
soother.
session. Good old stretching the limbs out and getting a bit of muscle relaxation going. There's also curative salt baths, but that treatment is like 2 gold pieces. It is the most is the nicest thing that they have here.
Well, I gotta fight the challenge. Time to pay 2 gold.
Yeah, you're really presenting us with 2 gold pieces and saying this is the best you can get, and you expect Nos to get it. I might be dying tomorrow because I'll starve, but at least I'll be starving and feeling good.
At least I will be like, it's good for you. Like cured of
Yeah,
salt
2
bath's really
gold.
good for you, especially for you people with the scar tissue. Like it's good bit of
Thank
helping
you
the
for
dead
telling
skin
me. Yeah,
scrubbed off.
so much
So-
scrubbing. Wow.
So I'll
I'm just
scrub
saying, taking
myself,
good
clean
good
myself.
care of your skin makes scars
Yeah.
like fade better over time.
True. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'll
agree.
clean my scales, which isn't like very hard to do. I'll wash Vittorio's hair, and I'm also
He
while
said it
doing
was
this.
fine. You
He
fucking
I don't think you have a say in it.
He'll wash his own fucking hair.
Sorry, Ferris. You're a witcher,
Victoria
thus you're
watches-
a pet. So
Does Vittorio wash his hair well, or is it just like
He-
hair soap?
What do you mean? He keeps his hair pretty
Damn,
good.
Vittorio sucks at washing his hair. Now it's canon. Ooh.
now canon, yeah. You've got to
Well,
live up
I
to
wanted
Henry
to ask-
fucking
so
Cavill. It's
mean.
not happening,
No,
bro.
I
You
wanted to
guys
ask.
act like he's a caveman. Like,
No, I wanted to
Apparently he
ask.
is.
No, but Azarius will wash his hair, and after he's like decently washed, does it look like there's any single noblemen or women around?
Vittorio, quick! This man just insulted you. Kill him in the bath.
Oh, roll me a d20 to see how lucky you get, I guess.
High is good, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm not looking. Oh, that's pretty lucky.
All right,
Lucky,
17.
lucky.
Roll me a d2.
1.
All right, there's a noble-ish looking in. I mean, it's hard to tell if someone is noble
Don't worry.
by
I
just
can-
how
I can-
naked they are in this bath. But hey,
check
Why
them.
did you lie? That's not true.
It's
That's true.
the ones with the least scar tissue.
yeah,
the
the least
work
scars,
hands.
the least blemishes, the people who
Like
are
the
staring
whitest
at you guys the
skin.
most openly, like.
Mm.
As they
Mhm.
see 4 of you like fucking whack jobs sitting next to one another, 2 like fighting as one of them tries to wash the other one's hair.
4 work jobs
Guys,
chilling in the
Azarius isn't gonna
bathtub.
force it, but he's just like, it's nice if you let someone else
Peter
wash your
Falk
hair.
is like gay as
No,
Fine.
if you try to reject, he's gonna pour soap in your eyes.
It's
Well-
like it's kind of I mean it's something for these people like not to be bored at least. You got you two fighting, Vincent trying to exude confidence, quote unquote, or something, and Elmara is just like ignoring everyone. She's like, you guys are not even like real people.
Vincent has to undo his plats and redo them. It's going to take ages.
That's true.
I would like to imagine that Ilmore is that type of person who, she sits down in the bath and then she literally just leans back and man spreads and is like,
Yes,
nice water.
Close
I
eyes.
agree. Yeah.
Literally.
Sorry, she should have helped Vincent. He needs so much time to do all his braids.
That is true.
Well, Zarius won't know how to do a dark elf braid. He's not
He
keen.
wouldn't.
Mm,
No.
He wouldn't.
Although I know Azarius would
He's
know
not
how to
kush.
braid.
Not a
Yeah, I
dark
can braid
elf braid,
guys.
though.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
you
no.
hit-
It
it hits
You don't know the
different.
Dragonborn
just
braid
knows how to
style.
braid. Yeah, Dragonborn braids.
Dark elf.
But
Braids
what
is
do I
different.
find, Amber? What was that? I heard a description starting.
Yes, I was just gonna describe to you my pizza as I'm putting it in the oven.
Damn,
Give me
so
2
needy, Mark.
minutes.
Darius walks up to it, leans next to it, and he's like, I'm sure
Pizza.
you're pretty hot.
Oh my god.
Omega bra moment.
Say that to your
Cinnamon bra
fucking
We
moment.
are actually saying that.
No, I was talking to the pizza.
okay, good.
Cinnamon bra
I'm gonna
moment.
ask how I can
For a
politely
second, I
tell
was
you to
having
go for yourself on
a
stream.
stroke there.
No, I
For a
was
second, I
talking
was
about the
uncomfortable.
pizza.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Marcus always finds a way to make me uncomfortable at sessions.
Yeah,
Damn.
straight up.
No
No cap for
problem.
real.
Of course.
Oh my god. Victoria has long hair. I could give you a dark elf plat.
Mm,
That was a no.
His girlfriend wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Going back in Nova Stoya.
I need to check to see if she's still alive. I hope so.
You know, I could cast sending to her. I think I met her once.
I could technically also do that,
That's correct.
but I can only do 9 words. It's fucking stupid.
That's not
Are
bad. I
you
mean,
okay?
most of the time you grunt, so what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
You guys could send in Gordo and Anna like anytime you want to. You just
Ember,
don't.
you could give me 9,000 gold pieces right now.
Oh yeah.
I could, but I'm not going to
Exactly. And why are you not going to? Explain this to me.
because I just don't want to.
Exactly. There's your answer.
Oh wow, I'm sorry that you don't like Gordo. Like
sorry you
he
don't like
likes you guys.
I'm sorry that
He
you
likes
don't
you
like
guys
us.
so much.
I love Gordo. I miss him.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him how's it
I can't
going
believe you called
because
the character fat
we
as a
can't-
name.
Whoa!
That's
I mean,
that's
yeah,
unbelievable.
she did.
Yeah, that was
She
Amber.
knew what
She
she
named.
was doing. Yeah.
Hmm.
How
We
could you do
found
this?
him in the sewers and he was about to die, and then we rescued him, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are so cool! Can I serve you for my life?" And then we were like, "Yeah, sure."
No, you guys said no, and then he showed up anyway.
He
Oh,
he,
that's right.
he
yeah,
literally started stalking us, and then it was like,
so cute, so
Like,
cute, Gordo.
okay.
Bless you.
Is Gordo
Bless you.
Gordo?
I don't know what Gordo are you talking about exactly.
Gordo, it means fat. So is Gordo
not
Gordo?
really. He's like
It's
pretty
average.
good figure. He's a pretty boy, you know.
Oh, nice, nice.
I wouldn't say he's a pretty boy.
he-
Call him a pretty boy. Stop
he-
being rude to him.
He's sweet.
He's very sweet. He has an average build of like
I
you know,
found it.
commoner.
Look at
Really-
old man.
really
no.
have
Average
Gordo, don't you?
commoner build.
You really hate Gordo.
What?
Commoner Bill.
Gordo doesn't deserve all this treatment. You guys are so
when the
mean.
officer says the suspect is well built.
When in the court they defied my carefully crafted explosive as an improvised weapon.
Stop it.
Improvised.
Oh,
My
I don't
masterfully
know you.
crafted pipe bomb as improvised.
Right, we all want to hear Zarius riz up some noblemen, so please proceed.
I have
not. I don't
That's
want to
the
get
well
kicked
for you.
bath.
This
Please
is how I
don't
would
try to
like
raise
to
up
end
women.
my day.
You're not in the
I
same
spent
bath,
my
so you don't have
whole
to
day
worry.
at work
That's
just
true,
thinking,
Pog.
man,
Okay, you can go.
I want to listen to this
Can
interaction.
you roll me
No.
a D6? Sorry.
For the kind of women that are in the bath.
Stop it.
4.
Just asking.
The flavor of Riz you're about to drop.
Stop.
It's cherry.
Mm.
Oh no, what does this mean again?
Skibidi baba. I think that's the meaning. Am I correct?
Vincent will
Ah,
happily
okay, I know what that
get a
is.
comfortable seat to watch Zarius tower over someone and try to raise them up.
Which a
Hey.
WWE.
Do you come here often?
Oh, I can't believe you just said that.
Dun, dun. Oh no, what you gotta do, right, is you gotta sit down next to somebody in the bathhouse and then do the stretch thing.
Do the flip.
So give me plenty of time to get comfortable and undo all my hair.
How would you undo all your hair?
Yeah, I have so many braids.
Damn.
yeah, man. You can always ask for help.
I would say
Date this man.
Gordo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll ask
I would
Omari.
say, Zarius, that you are drawn to this individual in particular because they kind of like they have something familiar.
They look like your dad.
Ooh, they look like
Stop
your
it.
dad.
What do you mean they look like you?
They look
No.
like
If
your
anything-
So what you're
if
saying
anything-
is
if
Zarius wants to
anything,
raise up
Zarius
people
has-
that look familiar. Okay.
No. If anything, Zarius would have mommy issues, not daddy
That's
issues.
true.
So let's
Yeah,
get
that's
it
true.
right.
He looks like your mom.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
what is this?
God.
Oh god.
Oh,
That's
Zarius
even
already looks
worse.
like his mom.
By the
Alright.
God.
So your dad never talked to you after the age of 13?
Have you do you know what a Van Dyke beard is?
Who?
Yes.
It's like a pointed beard.
Oh yeah.
I can post a picture of yeah,
Oh my
sure.
gosh, she's supposed
To
to
the
take a
power
picture.
of the internet, we can all find out.
But through the power of the internet, we can all find out what like there you go.
He found out. Yeah,
No,
he
that
did.
beard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that.
I love how you said
So-
there you go, but I can't fucking see it anymore.
It's in the
Oh, here
it's
it
in
is. Oh, I
Foundry.
found it. Oh my god, that man looks distinguished.
That's not what he looks
I know
like.
that's
Okay,
Leonardo.
not just the beard. Yeah, that's Leonardo.
man-
So like, that's not who's in this.
That man's
band.
from Django.
I'm not
But it
gonna
is
do it.
someone. It is someone of like Wait, how old is Leonardo nowadays?
He's over
Like 50 something.
Okay, great, because this guy's
you met him?
50, so that's great. So, like, he's about... Okay, so this is the age, right? This is the beard as well. I guess he looks similar to this guy, but
Okay,
also
so you've met
different.
Leonardo DiCaprio in Graffindom.
That's
I wish
nice.
he was though.
Oh, wow,
no,
he's-
No, because he actually has very long, straight, white hair.
Leonardo di Graffindom.
And his
And it
beard
almost
white,
like...
or-
Yeah, his beard is also white, and he has this, like, almost, like, ghostly-looking white skin.
All right. So I will first be, I want to say observing him, but that sounds really wrong, and I don't mean it that way.
when
But
you
before
stare
I get
in
too
the
close,
bathrooms,
I'd like to see what his reaction to me as a Dragonborn was when I came in, or when I'm around. You know, let's see how mega racist he is.
Insight? Question mark.
Well, I
he's
mean, if we're
really doing
using
the he's really doing the vibe check right now.
I would like to
Yeah.
determine how racist this man is. Insight.
if we're
Sister
using
ZM.
a
All right.
racist check,
Is it racism or is it like intrigue? You know.
You see that his red eyes are constantly upon you. You lot, because you guys, like, as we established, you make quite the bunch together.
Mhm.
Every now and again, you see him like muttering to himself. But you don't sense any hostile intent within him. Just curiosity.
it's my dashing looks. Sorry, guys.
Zarius will first like exchange looks. Like sometimes he'll catch his gaze. You know, he'll not be like, I see you, but he'll sometimes catch his gaze. He will, look back, linger a bit too long, and during the moments he'll slowly make his way towards the man. You know, getting closer and closer. Testing the waters a little bit, seeing if he's reciprocating it.
So it's in the middle of the day.
We're in a bath, and
Mm.
he will then basically like get close enough to talk to him, and then he will. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry, I just saw spider venom. I'm like, excuse me, but I will.
Mhm.
I will sit. I want to say next to him. Is he sitting? Is he standing? Is he laying?
He's like sitting. Like the baths have like an almost inbuilt bench. Like
Yeah.
a foot and a
Sorry,
bit, in to let people sit on.
Zarius will lay on it on the side, arguably because he can't sit on it very well because he has a tail.
Slain.
So he's probably like draw me like one of your French girls.
Oh my god.
Not actually, but he's like laying on his side and keeping his head above water. So he's
The Argonian maid bats there, fucking
Yeah,
double
what
eyelids
the
at
hell?
you.
Oh my god, I want to die.
and then he
The
just
man like kind of like looks down at you like.
No.
Is he
doesn't.
tall,
doesn't.
actually, or is he not?
Please don't tell me he looked up. Please.
He's 5'9".
5'9". Okay, and as he like approaches and he's like, he then just very simply holds out his hand, very sternly says Zarius, nice to meet you. Pukes.
Damn it.
Pukes blood. Goodbye.
His pale eyes study you for a moment, and then he says in a very soft-spoken voice, "You don't seem very aware of social conventions."
Thank you, nobleman,
Zarius
for
thinks for a
letting him know
moment.
that he isn't. Thank you so much.
Well, Zarius thinks for a moment and he says, I'm clearly not from here.
That much is evident.
Where I'm from, the bathhouse is a great place to meet, to mingle.
Where
Mingle
I'm
my-
from,
Uh-oh.
the bathhouse is a place where people go to relax and catch a little bit of gossip from friends.
I want to say, I look around. Is there anyone?
I mean, it's just you guys. Some people have evidently left just because you guys like stormed in here.
This is
They're
why.
fighting with each other.
Feels kind of bad for them.
Man, it's
Like,
all Xarius' fault.
What do you mean?
Says Vittorio finally has a little bit of peace to do his own hair.
Azarius leans in, says in, it's like, well, I have gossip to spare. If that's what you're after.
Gossip.
Really now.
He basically relaxes a bit and just says, "Been from the he's like been from the Novostoyan court to the darkest depths, full of historical wonder, stories and gossip."
I heard that the Novostoyan court is quite elusive.
Very. You haven't heard this from me, but the last time there was a ball there, it was plunder. Monsters swept in, attacked everyone on sight. Kind of a shameful display, if you ask me a little bit.
Oh, what can you do about it?
He then leans back a bit. Like, well, the thing you could do about it is stop it. Which I did. I and my compatriots.
Brother in Christ.
I see. Best you not let too many people hear that.
Uh-oh.
Wouldn't want them to think that you are some sort of a Stoyan sympathizer.
Sorry, thinks for a moment that the actual Astolian vampire we have here is like...
No.
He do be saying some truths right now.
And then he looks at you like, may I ask who I have the pleasure of dealing with?
No.
No.
I mean, that's fair.
I feel like I would have sunk into the water just bubbling by now. It's just like...
Even Ilmar has like cracked one eye open from across the bath, like, what the hell, man? Insert Davy Jones dies of cringe.
Hold on. Hold on. Where is it?
He's getting it. He's getting it. Let him cook.
Oh, God.
Man.
I'm just drowning into the bathwater, keeping my eyes above the water level.
Oh man, I'm so glad I'm not in this bath.
I can't swim, so I'm just keeping myself above water. Not be in the deep parts.
Oh, boo, king.
No.
Falls into water and drowns.
My name is Joseph, but you would already know that.
Yes.
You were well versed in gossip.
I'm going to write this down. Joseph, guy with fancy Leonardo DiCaprio. I met in Bath.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
An albino Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Oh, better quality Leonardo DiCaprio. We love it.
These are rare. He's
Why,
literally
he's
the
whiter?
fucking.
No,
he's
he's
literally
shiny.
the shiny version of
Shining.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh my god.
Well, Joseph, right?
Yes, Joseph.
Joseph
with
Joestar.
PH.
Dun,
Oh.
You beat me to it.
What is happening?
Tom!
Let's not get a copyright strike, okay? Thank you.
I'll personally file it so I don't have to listen to this episode anymore.
After all,
I hope it gets taken
Diamond is
down.
unbreakable.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you are
god.
correct.
There's finally a golden wind.
You've done
This is
it.
the
You've
worst
become
thing
the
ever.
golden wind.
Sorry, just like, well, I've not been here in Grafendam, and where I was going to pick up the gossip. Share only from across the other places I've been.
Damn, what a gossip picker.
I see.
He sees.
A serial gossiper.
People don't like that, Darius.
Interesting. We had a serial killer lately. Do you know anything about that too?
Serial killer.
Oh,
No, but I
no.
did hear
That
the
was
mayor of
me.
Grafendam was recently poisoned.
He's like,
Purple
wow.
war poison. Very
He's like,
rare, that
oh, God.
substance.
Well, I'd be more of a teller of tales more than a pure gossip, but
Like a minstrel.
like a minstrel. Yes.
Swear to call you minstrel. For real, for real.
Mm.
That is more my forte.
Grafendam has a history of drawing minstrels towards it.
Or so I've heard. All leaving Altenheim, all coming here.
Yes. Most unfortunate. What's going on there?
Ask what's going on there. That's the cue to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, so it's like, well, mostly heard from the east. May I ask what is going on in Altenheim? What hasn't reached my ears?
That hasn't reached your ears.
It hasn't reached my ears, no.
I see. They say the Grand Opera is haunted.
Haunted?
Something along the sort. Poor favor.
I hope not.
Unfortunate luck seems to befall all those who star in it.
I hope it is not. Give me a moment as I'm writing this down. The opera is haunted by. Is haunted. Where is it? Where's my notes?
Haunted by Joe.
Joe who?
Joe Mama! Dies of cringe.
Okay, here is Grand Opera.
We're dying too
Grand
much of cringe lately.
Opera is supposedly haunted. Anyone who plays there suffers misfortune.
Extreme Rift Bozo moment.
Zara's just like, the opera is haunted. That sounds terrible. A phantom or a ghost?
Who knows?
Really mysterious. But I like
If
that
only such
mystery.
rumors came this way.
It's like, but I like that mystery.
What an interesting thing of you to say, Brandon, because I was literally thinking the same thing.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean what I mean.
Ooh. I had to get a Phantom of the Opera joke.
Yeah, I wonder why the Phantom of the Opera is being made to be there. So while you're gossiping with good old Joseph Joestar here.
Joseph Joestar!
No last name. This is his middle name. His middle name is Joestar.
Yes. The line. Does he have a star-shaped birthmark around his collarbone?
Oh my god.
Yes.
It's him. Guys, we found him. We have to rescue him before Dio kills him.
You can't rescue him. His fate has already been set in stone.
No!
You cannot change the fates.
Oh!
He will just wait out his days in this bathhouse until it's
Like
time.
a true stand
that's
user,
so
he's
sad.
just waiting here menacingly for the villain to arrive, but the villain is not arriving.
Yeah, he's literally pruning up in this bath as we speak. Anyway. While some of us are dying of absolute fucking cringe.
Literally burying
Most of
myself
the people
underwater.
most of the people in this bathhouse at the moment. Anyone who hasn't left yet already.
Because of Kringolots.
Kringlots indeed.
Yeah.
Well, Mara turns to Vincent
Hey yo.
Eye contact
asks
while in
him-
the bathtub.
what his braids mean.
Personal question,
As
let's
I'm
go.
guessing with my hair loose and still washing it before I start plaiting it again and sorting it out. I'll look back. Well, normally it's to do with your family and heritage. I mean, I've also kind of gone around and find other people that do their plats differently. Someone that I met very dear to me as well. Don't you guys have meanings to your plats? You know, your kind of elves?
She raises her brow in like amusement. Of course we do.
You know, like old enough to wield a blade, or becoming a soldier, or a plait to signify marriage, or, you know, something along those lines.
She pulls one of the braids from behind her ear. Ilmara wears her hair in sort of this like half loose style, but still with braids like woven into it. She
It's like
pulls one
mine.
free from behind her ear. Yes.
Mine.
Normally she just like puts it up into a ponytail because she's too lazy to like cope with all the rest of the hair. So she pulls one. She pulls one out and she says, "This one means that I am an older sister." And
Really?
she like pulls at a bead that's like further down the braid. And this means that I am no longer am.
He looked kind of initially like interested, and then now you can see Vincent's face kind of drop slightly into a more sorrowful one. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What was her name?
She turns, she like turns away from you for a moment, like, all right, this may be like too much.
Enough out of
What's
you.
it called? Too much. Like, did I overshare already?
No, you can just be like, wrong question asked. I refuse to know answer.
Before like she feels too, I guess, pushed, I'll say. Actually, I was just trying to redo my own plats, and I find it quite difficult to get some of the ones at my back. If you could help a bit.
I don't know if I know this style.
It's not too different. Plus, I've seen you staring at them enough anyway.
She makes like a tsk sound, like escapes between her teeth.
No, Witty, come back. It's your time to shine.
Or, you know, I could
Just
give a
turn
dark
around.
elven plat to you and see how you like it.
Something clenches in her jaw. I don't know about that.
Why not? A braid to signify a crossing of cultures. It'd be a first.
That we know of. I'll start with you.
He smiles. Seems fine by me. Just make sure you don't mess it up in this way or in this other way, because, you know, they need to look good.
She rolls her eyes, but it's behind you, so like, you know,
Mad
worry about
visible
it.
right now.
And Elmare will begin braiding your hair.
In the meantime that she does, I'll fill her in on a story maybe of one of the braids or two. I'll write them to you.
I'll write some to you as well. When a moment of silence falls, she says, his name was Arthon.
I pause for a second. It's a nice name. I'm sure if they were anything like you, it must have been quite the character.
More so, I believe. I don't think being like me would serve anyone very well.
I wouldn't say so. I think you gave yourself too much of a hard time. I think you have a lot of good qualities. Stubbornness being one of your best ones.
Alcoholism.
We all have our vices.
Pretty honest.
Got you there.
A great dislike for many people, especially dark elves.
I wouldn't know about that last one.
I do like while holding a gun to the back of your head. At one point or another.
We'll see.
I considered it briefly before, settling on Vittorio, but...
Well, I think you've grown to maybe be more accepting. Character development, so they say.
I would liken it to the erosion of a river in a valley.
If you wanted to be done with me, you would have killed me already. Let's be honest.
I mean, if your corpse was cooling right now, there wouldn't be much to gain, would there? Let's call it long-term investment, perhaps.
Sure. I don't think you could anyway.
I most assuredly could. She says very quietly.
Oh, you could probably see like his ears perk up and smiling, even though she's looking from behind while she's doing it anyway. But you could probably see a big grin across his face while he's having this conversation.
There would be no trouble whatsoever.
Sure, it wouldn't be.
It's a waste of investment, you see.
Right, that's what this is. An investment.
Your companions wouldn't like it very much, I think.
Oh, my companions. I think you're included in my companions now.
Oh. Well...
Which would make sense, to be honest.
Perhaps that is so. Time will tell. Or maybe it won't if the world ends before that,
Nah. This world isn't going anywhere.
We'll see. I don't have any, I don't have anything to finish this one off. She says that she finishes her braid.
Oh.
Normally you would put, like a beading here, but
Well,
she sounds a little bit strained when she says it.
We can leave it for now, and then if we find something, we can finish it off. Maybe something to mark the occasion as a new braid. I've got some pins for the other ones.
Very well. And a very strained Ilmari will also allow you to put only one braid.
Oh,
in her
hell
hair.
yeah.
Aww.
Oh,
Only
oh
one.
yes.
In the back, where she can't see it in the mirror.
I will think about this in detail. And
Amazing.
Alright, I need to quickly run downstairs.
yeah, I've got to shoot up as well.
Run, boy, run.
We will also briefly go to Dear Lawrence and Tokas and Vasily, but my pizza's burning, so 1 second.
Oh, don't let your pizza
It's,
burn.
I got to also shoot
Alright,
up.
we'll
So thank you
birdie.
guys.
Alright.
Bye.
Who are you shooting
Bye,
up?
Brandon.
care,
Thank you for
Brandon.
playing with us today.
Yes.
Always.
Bye.
Ah.
Man, I'm sure the bath water is all nice and grimy.
All I can say is yuck.
I mean, I would imagine they at least have the whole what's it called? You get in, you sit down at a place.
You saying it's grimy because of the dark elves in it?
No, because of the adventurers that
Calories.
has spent multiple weeks inside of a mountain that just decided to take a bath. But no, I imagine that it's one of those where you go inside, you sit down, you have like a bucket of water which you can then use to just kind of rinse off a little bit.
It's 100% one of those. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then after that you go into the actual bath.
Oh, hi, Ember.
Hey,
Remember
We
how
lost
far
we
it
lost
was?
Vincent along the way, but
Yeah,
that's okay. I see.
indeed.
yeah, that is correct. I still need to eat as well. Then
Damn Gabe.
time to make some tea.
God
No
damn
milk?
it.
Got milk?
No,
Lawrence
we're-
Vasily looks a little bit awkward.
I
Oh,
ask him what is wrong.
oh, this is pretty awkward. I'm gonna be third wheeling these guys. Can I go through your bath?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine, my guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Amidst all the people who are there in the men's bath, a lot of people here are at least of a regular body type, if not, I guess I would say there's a lot of like toned bodies as well. But Vasily, very thin and frail. My man weighs 90 pounds. You know, wet.
They're not built different. Then
Well,
Littlest baby.
and while he doesn't like outwardly show it, he's kind of like keeping keeping to his own corner of the bath under the water.
Oh, does he not feel comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I'll see if he. Fuck no! I should not speak a story here.
correct.
I
Gravendam doesn't have the major problem with Astoria. Like, Astorians come here to trade.
okay.
They're
I
technically
asked.
not supposed to do trade with Astoria, but like, who's gonna stop them, really?
Very unlawful of you.
I can't wait. I can't even speak a story.
I was about to say,
I'm in Dragomir's brain. Ah,
Oh, dragging
Get
your
him
brain
out!
moment.
old man.
Disintegrate these fucking
Literally, I
Burakians right
chain
now.
lightning everyone fucking else in the bathroom, and then it's like, all right, feel better now, Vasily? Yeah, okay, good. Don't worry, Vasily. I'll help fucking turn the bath water into holy water. I ask him if he's okay.
Why wouldn't that be okay?
You are apprehensive about something or nervous.
I don't like it when you use your people looking skills to analyze me.
Sorry, Vasily,
Like this.
but it's not analyzing you, it's more just
It makes me feel like,
intuition.
yes, to make me feel like I'm a tiny little bird. My wings are pinned to a wooden board while the people are like cutting me open and looking at all my insides.
Oh my gosh, it's very morbid, Vasily.
Yeah, I suppose so.
The I will look this way then, if you would like.
Why? You don't want to
You-
look at me?
You just said it. You feel like when people look at you, it makes you feel like you're being.
No, it make me like when you talk to me and say, "Oh, you look like this or this."
Oh.
That make me feel like that.
I don't understand. Do you want me to be less observant of you and your well-being?
No, I simply feel exposed right now.
Well, I mean, we are naked.
Like Tokas, look at him. He barely
now.
come above the water with how tiny he is.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
He is.
He's like in a difficult position because he's he's distancing himself. He's distancing himself well enough not to interrupt the Baron and Lawrence, but also he's not going too far as not to consider himself the alone person in this bath.
That'd be so sad.
Yeah, in his 20 in brain, there's so many math calculations about the exact triangulation or whatever the exact coordinates he needs to place himself not to be considered alone, but also not to be a bother for the couple that's evidently bonding.
Can both of you roll me a d20?
Oh, I was gonna ask something very stupid, but never mind.
Yeah, you may. You may ask me something stupid and then roll a d20
No, it's okay. There you go.
to see how well I receive that.
19.
Oh,
I was gonna ask me or the Baron, and then I realized probably not the Baron.
Baron Vasily, can you please roll me a d20? Okay, no problem. Oh my
Okay.
god, there's a 3. Did I do well?
Wait, is this Terabella that I hear?
No.
Arabella manifests in the bathtub.
It might
Ooh.
it might be Ilmari as well. Who knows?
Oh my god, you
That's
guys are
true.
so fucking rude to me. I'm trying my fucking best, man.
No.
Like, what the
Bless
fuck?
you, no.
I'm
It's
No,
a
you really
jest.
like.
Oh, it's a joke.
You know that I feel self-conscious. This is why DMs experience DM lounge.
Okay. I will not jest. Sorry.
Banned
you.
from the Mickey
very
Mouse
weak.
Clubhouse.
Right. While you and Baron are having a conversation, and Tokas is trying his best to find the place to put his battlefield, his battleship down. A man walks in. Let's see.
In the men's only bathroom. Oh my god.
Can you believe it?
I don't feel
I can believe it.
I'm afraid.
Huh. Alright. Man with wavy, like silky looking black hair and sandy brown eyes. Kind of like wanders in, drops his towel, and he says, Joseph, did you get a new haircut?
Vasily,
Mm-hmm.
talking to my man twink.
Oh no.
And Joseph doesn't respond. The guy like walks around and goes into the bath as well, like cutting through the middle, and then when he like comes level with Vasily, like it takes him a few seconds and he's like, my apologies, and he like turns away and keeps on trucking.
Lawrence looks at him and is just like, people are very forward in Gryffindor, aren't they?
It's actually a noble thing,
It's a
but it
noble
also
thing.
holds layers. There's forwardness you can show with some people and not with others. And then there's fake forwardness. Fake friends. Fake acquaintances. Most of it is fake, really.
Do you think that was fake or real? I kind of closed my eyes, analyzing that kind of stuff when you told me not to.
He shrugs. He probably knows someone that look like this.
That looked like you? Probably someone maybe we don't want to meet.
You don't want to meet people who look like me?
I value my limbs in their current arrangement. And not all the people that look like you are as friendly as you, Vasily. Nor as endearing, as I have come to find out. Gorda
His
and
face is
Anna were
like,
very nice.
he like feigns shock. He's like, endearing? don't know about that.
Are you saying Estonians are not a very open people right from the get-go?
Can you repeat that?
Are you saying the Estonian? Are you saying the common Estonian is not the most open and welcoming individual one would ever meet in their lifetime and many travels?
Most assuredly not.
And we'll give him a smile of we do like a bit of banter.
I would say many peasants are actually quite friendly. Just don't roll in the hay with their daughters, you know. That's a surefire way to get cursed out of the third generation.
I know what you mean by rolling in the hay.
He leans in and whispers something in your ear.
Oh man, are you gonna DM me? Should I be afraid?
He explains to you exactly what rolling in the hay is.
See. I don't
Lucas,
know.
can you please stop hovering like this? It's very uncomfortable.
Hovering? What?
Togas with a propeller on his head.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You're kind of like on the outskirt of the social circle.
Who's
Too far
around?
away. Too
His
far
head.
away to talk to us. But also not close, not far enough away that people will think that you are lonely.
Douglas
Oh,
looks
no,
down in the
he's
water.
done the math.
There's a movement of his arm that looks like a yes. He turns around, his head pops out of the water and says, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't.
Guess do you want to come
You're
sit
so
next
silly,
to
Tokas.
us?
It's okay. Water is pretty nice. You guys, keep talking about whatever that was.
I was just talking about my cool new hat.
Oh
That you
yeah,
like it.
I saw it. It's pretty nice. I hope it's gives you enough shade.
That's very big. Bigger than your hat, I'd wager.
Why does everyone think I have a hat complex? I didn't make my own hat. I'll have you know, it was a gift.
Mhm.
He squints. Half of his head goes below water again.
So anyway, I like the hat.
I'm glad, Wesley. I feel it suits the, at least what I understand as the style, but I don't, I'm not very good at this kind of thing, so I don't really know what I'm doing.
If you would like, I can teach you.
Teach me the Estonian style. Isn't it just like black, but like nice fabric as well?
He scoffs.
Yeah.
Fashion is a serious matter, lords. You cannot be out there committing crimes.
I don't commit crime. Unless it needs to be done.
They are most assuredly outfits that are a crime against humanity itself.
Crimes against humanity? I do like humanity and not being so very impaired.
Then I will teach you.
Okay.
And we can choose some outfits for you that are not priest garb, for other days when you don't have to do priest duty.
I don't wear it when I'm traveling.
No, you wear the priest traveling garb, which is the same thing, except that you can travel in it easier.
It flows nicer.
You are literally proving my point. I mean, all of you kind of do. Like, you have Zarius with the little black outfit, and Tokas, who's always wearing those robes. I wonder if he washes them. Just looking at Tokas.
I was about to be very offended. This man would say I only wear one piece of clothing. I have like 5, so.
But he only wears one.
No, what?
Because is
I
in the
only wear
middle
the
of swimming in circles.
I only wear the fancy nice one when we go to like the fancy nice place. It's that you know which one? It's the one that's the moisture weakening one.
Yes, the moisture weakening garb. For when it rains. Alright. I think you guys can enjoy relaxation. Shedding about 1,000 layers of dirt and, retain skin
Mm.
for a little while more. And we can pick up next session refreshed.
Indeed. Thank you very much for hosting, Amber. Thank you,
Hosting.
everyone, for playing. And thank you to those people that may or may not have watched us play. And yeah, as we said in the beginning, there's Calamica tomorrow. And before that, there's some long rest over on the long rest channel. And then, next week, it's just business as usual.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.